Sony swooped in, snatched up the crown. Xbox fans frown, games nowhere to be found. DualSense trigger shooters with some feel. Chiefs off the field, Phil dropping the wheel. Game over, y'all. PS5 stole the show. Xbox fanatics, time to let go. Microsoft dreams crumbling to the side. PlayStation rise, the king won't hide. Controller buzzing, vibrations legit. Halo's users quit playing out of luck, no grit. Cross-platform tales, bridges we couldn't build. Leaving green hills, lost players unfulfilled. Gears turning, but for who to claim? Sony's prize igniting that flame. Market shifted, X marks the void. PlayStation ploys left Xbox annoyed. Game over, y'all. PS5 stole the show. Xbox fanatics, time to let go. Microsoft dreams crumbling to the side. PlayStation rise, the king won't hide. Game over. Game over. Game past promise, broken and bent. Bethesda misstep, paying the rent. Kratos grins wide, God's favorite blue. Master Chief's missing, player one, where you? Past promise, broken and bent. Bethesda misstep, paying the rent. Kratos grins wide, God's favor blue. Master Chief's missing, player one, where you?
Get the win this time?
Mr. Yellow Chair.
Stop! Enough! Jump and spin, press the square. Feel the heat, it fills the air. On my screen, colors glow. Level up, let it flow, flow. Xbox here, cross the lines, break the walls, press those triggers, heed the calls. Xbox moves, PlayStation dance, gaming world take a chance. Beat it up, game so tight, ooh yeah. Play it loud, play it proud, feel the fight. Console kings, let it sing, bring it on. Gaming room, make it move to the dawn. To the dawn.
Let's go, grinders! Hit that like button. It's time. Gaming Grindhouse opens now. Yo, 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 what's up, everybody? How you doing? Man, it's a party over here, a party in the Gaming Grindhouse. Hope everybody had a great weekend, and it's Monday. Gaming Grindhouse is open. The doors are open. The fires are burning. The line is around the corner, just like the Switch 2 launch. Oh my goodness, I see you all coming on in here. Hit that like button. This is the show you've been wanting. Yes, we've been doing games and grinds. It's been awesome. Playing a lot of games, but now it's time for business. It's Gaming Grindhouse business. The grinds board is lit, and we got some games to talk about and some Xbox future predictions. Oh man, I know you've been waiting for this one. I have a whole let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. I got about four or five tabs of a journey that we're gonna go on. And it's going to be fun. And then also, too, the Gaming Grindhouse is open, so we have a surprise guest that may be joining us in a little bit, and you'll know him when you get in here. So everybody come on in here, hit that like button. Yes, that is Gaming Grindhouse exclusive music. The VIPs know about it. If you're a VIP or an Ultimate VIP, you get all access. As Ultimate, you get all access to all the music that I produce here, and new ones when they release, and then the VIPs get them as well. It's awesome music, and there's also videos too that I do, special behind the scenes Gaming Grindhouse nights where we'll go show devices, some 3D prints, things like that. So if you get a VIP, it's awesome. I try to do everything I can to make it special for those that contribute extra to the show. So thank you again for all the VIPs here. We are going strong, and we hit our little goals there. We have a goal here. I went back and I took some classic favorites and made some remixes, and one maybe one that you hear all the time, and now I made a new remix of it in honor of our good friend Sam Porter Bridges. So hopefully you guys can hear that one. Definitely the Ultimate Grinds will be getting that one. But if you wanted to hear it here as a preview, there's your goals right there. So we hit it for there. So as a reward, we'll do it. But it's going to be a blast, man. As you see, there's not tons of topics. I kind of kept it short and sweet. Not like last week, because last week I didn't even get to it all. And actually, the one thing I didn't get to last week was the whole Sarah Bond video and all that other stuff, because there was so much going on. And I didn't even get to it. But I'm glad that we waited, because so much has happened with their Xbox app update today, Sarah Bond thing, AMD with their marketing thing. And then also on top of all that, we have the Death Stranding 2 that launches tonight if you get the Ultimate Edition, the Premium Edition, which I got downloaded, ready to cook. And then in 2 days, if you didn't get that one, which is $10 less. I did not listen. We're going to talk about Death Stranding for the second topic, but we're not reading reviews. I'm not going to Digital Foundry, dumbfounded Foundry. We're not going there. I don't want to see it. I saw a couple of screenshots. That's about it. And that's all we're going to talk about here, because nobody's spoiling this. I'm not reading reviews. We go look at some scores and talk about what, how excited we are. But I am not going into reviews and reading about them. Not now. No way. So if you're looking for that, then we're not doing that here. No, that's why I put no spoiler Death Stranding 2. I don't need a review. I will do a couple of screenshots just to get some hype going. But we are not reading about any of this stuff, because people spoil reviews. I heard Digital Foundry was showing like all the different environments. They could wipe their ass with their pixel peeping. I'm not looking. We are going to go into this. I'm going into this game tonight. I got my headphones on, The Grinds Theater, a 115-foot screen you seen on X. I put it on there. Astro headsets, DualSense fully charged, and I'm going in. That's it. Check out. The only thing that's going to keep me from playing the game is sleep. That's what's happening. So I'm not going to stream it. We could talk about it, maybe stream it in a week or so, but it's not. I'm getting lost. I got to go fight those sons of bitches. We got to stop the apocalypse. So I got work to do. So yeah, so I don't want, and again, I don't want to stream and spoil it. We'll get impressions. I might play a different game later this week and we'll talk about it. But I am not doing it. We're not gonna. I don't want to ruin this game because this. I got the from what I've seen from just the photos. I can't wait. That's right. Who wrote? Somebody wrote that I'm gonna be lost in photo mode. I probably will be. So just to keep you a heads up there, I'll maybe give some impressions maybe in a couple days or something like that. But I really don't want to stream it. Like, come watch me play because I don't know. I really, unless you really want me to stream it and those could attend if you want to see my reactions and stuff and hear my reactions and stuff, let me know in the chat and comments. But I wasn't planning on it because I really feel, I should do it there. And just want to make sure you guys, the sound is okay. You don't have any feedback or any mic feedback or anything like that. Just want to make sure, just because let me know a thumbs up or something, because I hear a little bit of feedback and I don't know if it's coming through on the show or not there. But let me shout out to all the grinders coming on in here. We got Outside Gaming. Yes. Photo mode. That's right. Outside Gaming Night. Yo, it's going to be crazy with the, oh man. Mr. Tennis, how you doing? Taran, Niku, Big Razzo, VIP in the house. The Unknown, Curse Kane, Lucci. Yo, I got your tweet, your direct message. I might cover some of that because I was listening to that and I'm ready to, I got some of your stuff. I know Kyle sent me something, definitely for Mr. Yellow Chair, our good friend Mr. Yellow Chair. I definitely want to try
Mr. Yellow
to address
Chair.
some of that. There, that's right. Outside Gaming Night. My only sources on my eyeballs. I saw the numbers. I saw the scores. I didn't even need it. I was getting this game anyway. I knew it was coming. But this is it's incredible. This is what you do. You strike. We'll talk about it. Let me get my shout outs in here. The Unknown here, Curse King, JC in here, Anonymous Boss. There he is. He's number 3 on the scoreboards right now. There we go. We got Neil in the house. So you have Michael Meridian. What's up, man? Let's go grinders. For Brizzles here. Just beat Overture. Congratulations, man. Sam Ash playing Sudoku and listening to the Gaming Grindhouse. Iconic Games. Summer vibes, baby. You like that music? Yeah, I thought it would have a little bit of summer vibes. Tony the Pony's in here. How you doing, man? Sony Crumbling, he says. Let Phil Spencer win. Oh, man. Yeah, go talk to True Virgil. I don't know where he's been. He's been goggling. He hasn't come back up from goggling. He has to get some air. Liquid Data. What's up, man? How you doing? Zapmondo in the house. Captain Ply, Billy Acura. Swallow Pony Juice is in the house. There we go. Now we could start. And Buck Rogers. Can't wait for my photo modes. There, Compost Smurf. And I think that's all. Sam Ash, I had you. And Dog Zone. How you doing, man? So yeah, so as you could see from what I've been doing, we have I've been playing a lot of games. I've been playing Rematch like a nutso. I think I got like 20 something hours, 50. I don't know, it's crazy. I've been playing that like crazy. I really like that game, Rematch. That's the soccer game or football soccer game, and that one I'm loving it. I play that like all my downtime, like anytime I just get my Portal or in front, I just thought like listen to a podcast, I go to Rematch. And then recently for the last 2 weekends I've streamed a ton of it, is Gears of War Remastered, or Reloaded, or repurchased, whatever they call it. I think it's Reloaded, like the Matrix. I don't remember. But the Gears on PlayStation. They gave me a code on Xbox. I got a code on Xbox, but they gave me the thing on PlayStation. And I bought it on PlayStation, $40. And yeah. Grinders. My music. Grinders. Let me tell you something. There's if you watch those streams, it's Reloaded. There you go. Rebranded, reloaded, repurposed, PlayStationed. I don't know, all this stuff. But I have to say, The first weekend was trash. The first weekend of Gears was poor. It didn't work. The loading into the maps. There was one death match. The second weekend, they added some competitive mode. And yes, Zatmondo, you should go beat Death Stranding. You should. Second weekend, they added King of the Hill and Execution, which Execution, you gotta, like, you can't shoot them, you gotta go stomp on their head, because there's only one Execution, which, again, like I said, and it's funny is that when I was looking at the Gears, and I don't even know if I even saved it as oh yeah, here we go, just as a visual, as like what you heard me playing with Gears over the weekend, that actually I needed a palate cleanse, and I booted up Uncharted 4. Yes, Uncharted 4 multiplayer. I booted up. And I streamed that. And I played that. And that holds up pretty damn well. And I don't know if the Pro is doing any magic on that PS4 game, making it look a little sharper. But man, that game holds up. And you could find the room instantly. And Uncharted 4 multiplayer. Fast, frantic, fun time. I didn't dive too many hours into it, but like prior, but definitely had my fun with it. And it was definitely a good palate cleanse after the slow grogging part of Gears. And I feel like there's a lot of work that they need to do with Gears. I've streamed tons of it. I streamed like 3 hours every night for the last 2 weekends, and I think I got my fill. And again, the unfortunate thing, it's not their fault. The problem is that they went back so far back to Gears 1 and didn't do that much. And they really needed to use the updates and changes that they made to Gears in the later games, Gears 2 and 3, even 4, of some of the cool different executions with different weapons, better game modes, the wall bouncing and the shotgun bouncing and the stopping power of the Lancer, so people can't just come run up to you, and they actually if they get hit by a Lancer, they're getting shot, they slow down. This one, it's like they're moving normal speed to get hit with a Lancer, and then you pray that they fall. It's just so antiquated because it's the first multiplayer, and it really didn't. And again, it seems like a cash grab to me. Like it's just like it's not really even anything. It's just like, oh, just put this on. We're just gonna put this on PlayStation. Like, we're just gonna put this over there. And yeah, it really it's so slow and antiquated, and the jank is still there. Host advantage, I wanted to scream. What's up, Ron M? How you doing, man? And I just captured this because they tweeted out thank you for the soldiers, and if you look at some of the comments, nerf SBMM, please. You can predict lobbies. That's why a lot of people back out of games. They're getting matched with absolute pros and they can't even leave. Spawn in some cases. I like that you don't disband lobbies. That's great. All weapons need serious registration, detection, and balancing. You never know when you're going to get a long shot with a person that's in motion. It's stale weapons. I understand it's a 20-year code, but this game should be amazing. Same with the Nasher. There's a dude saying help out. Make sure you fix this. Long shot registration needs work because it's not working. Look at it. Like the jank on the stuff. It's like still there. If you don't listen to the complaints and make those changes, it'll be dead on arrival. Please fix the godful inconsistencies in this game. Great experience. See you in August. Wish I played more. Thank you. You made this happen. Hope the inconsistencies with hit registration get cleaned up. And it's just like, this game felt like a mix between Gears 1 and 5. I don't know if I like that. The reason is that the Lancer from Spawn lets say the sniper tower on gridlock should instant down you in seconds. The damage in this game is insanely inconsistent, especially the Nasher. This is a remaster of a 20-year-old game. And they're charging $40 for it. Fix the fucking game. Fix the fucking Nasha. Gears Reloaded will be dead on arrival 1 month if you don't fix anything. So, like, you know, Nasha bullet sponge bugs. And that's the problem. It's an old game. But I don't know. I just feel that they really didn't do good justice for it. And I think a lot of people are going to play it probably for the campaign there. So, and I don't know. I might just get a refund on it because first off, the thing is like this thing should just come out now, right? That comes out like months from now. It comes out end of August. Yo, like yeah, Borderlands, like it's coming out later. But it's like I just feel that it really didn't do. It's you know I think I had my fill of it, and I wish that they kind of modernized it a little bit, especially for 2025. Put a little love into that multiplayer, show people why they should do it. I know there's no battle passes or anything like that, but really, dude. Cash grab, and they're not good. Shout out to Ron M for the 5 VIPs in the house. I appreciate it, man. Thank you. He got Scott Dove, Eddie, Wolfgang, Jedi Johnny, and CED. Yeah, Jenka War Rejanked Edition. Yeah, Lost Soul Side comes out that time. Thank you, Ron M. Hit him with the 5. Let's go. We got it. We're starting off. We're cooking. Oh, yeah. Let me get my... Where's my thing? Let's get these things up here. But yeah, so... Like, again... Oh, yeah, that's another cool thing. I got a new keyboard. Yo, because that other one was janky. It was clicky. So I got this other one. Who is this one made by? This is made by AULA from Amazon. It was like $60, but it's like the poppin' keyboard. You got to hear this thing. This thing is like AMSR right here. Oh shit! Well, hear all the sound. What this feedback? Here, hear this. Ready? There you go. There you go. It sounds like a pop. It's an RGB keyboard. Yeah, it's the AULA Alua F99. It was like $67. Dude, it has it does Bluetooth, it does wireless 2.4, and it does wired USB. Thing's lit. But it sounds like a pop. It sounds like little pops. It's like, oh, that feedback. Oh man, yeah, I know. The microphone's giving me feedback. I don't know what's going on. Bid. Hold on. Sorry. The feedback's loud. There we go. Well, yeah, because you know why? I moved my microphone down. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I don't know if it's my speakers. There we go. I think I fixed it. But yeah. It's pretty cool. But anyway, that's my keyboard because the other one was clicky. This one's is like feels like bubble pop. So it's pretty cool. I keep making that. But anyway, yeah, so they need a lot of work, I guess, on Gears as usual. As usual, Microsoft needs to work on stuff. But hey, man, yet again. Sorry, I get a Snapple keyboard. There you go. You know what? I probably better holding it up. Anyway, you get the point. Spacebar. Sound like that. But yeah. Yeah, it's getting feedback from the keyboard or something like that. There's some feedback going on. I don't know what's going on. Move the keyboard away from the microphone. It may be magnetic. No, I don't know what it is. Maybe it was metal. I don't know. My head's some. It is a therapeutic keyboard, dude. When I'm typing on it, it definitely is cool. But anyway, back to what we're talking about. So yeah, they need to work as usual with Gears. Typical, feedback. Microsoft again. I guess that's why they did the beta. That's why they did what they needed. And hey, man, it's whatever. I don't know if I'm gonna keep it. We'll see. But it is raw. That's right. I have to say, my review of the Gears beta alpha cousin's former roommate of a 20-year-old game remastered 2 times. This is my review so far.
Bass is fucking raw shit.
Raw.
Raw chicken. It's raw. Fucking raw. They look raw. Raw, Carol. Fucking raw. Raw. Fuck off. And by the way, it's raw.
There you go. That's what it is. It may be magnetic. I don't know what it is. Maybe it is a magnet. It could be just feedback from my microphone. I don't know. Maybe. Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Yo, what's up? Post up, Lil Rodney's son. Nah, no, man, nothing. No. You are here. You are here. And this is, and these are the things where, one of the things I wanted to show, and we're going to talk Death Stranding here. So Death Stranding has basically a Metacritic. I think right now, I'm going to check right now. I think it's around the 90. Gears of Raw. Curse Kane, Gears of Raw. So I think it's around the 90 for it. But this is what you do when you make a game. It gets received like decent, what it is, but you come back and you make a sequel and you make it better. We were just talking about Gears, right? Oh, Corey says Horde is going to be in the full game. They're going to add it to this. That would be awesome because Horde didn't come into the second one. So, if they're going to add modes and stuff for like later Gears in this one, they should. But I don't know how they're going to do Horde mode. Like, I don't know how they do Horde mode because Horde mode wasn't in the first game, and this has the mechanics of the first game. So I don't know. But we will see what they do. But this is what you do, like just with Gears, right? They took Gears, it hit off as Raw, war spelled backwards. Oh man. It was there the whole time, Wild Wolf. It was there the whole time. But when you look at it, the thing is that you take Gears 2 and you make it better from the feedback of Gears 1. That's what you do, right? And we have here with Death Stranding. Look at Death Stranding 1, which I completed, and I made sure I finished it recently, so I'm all ready for 2. But look, Death Stranding 1, 82 Metacritic, 7.4. They did do a better, a definitive edition where they added a lot more things to it, and it was an 82. But that's what you do is when you take the first game, you have a concept, you have an idea, and then now you go and do it again. And now you go Death Stranding 2. And this is how you cook. This is what you do. Jesus. Dude. What's the name? It looks like the Wolfman. I don't know who they got the Wolfman reviewing this thing. Holy crap. Jesus. Anyway, wild. But this is what happens when you take the first game, take the criticisms, you have a definitive edition, and now you make it better and fix the things on the sequel. And now look at that little icon next to it. Oh, a Metacritic must play. So there you go. The thing is that when you believe in a story, you believe in a franchise, it deserves a sequel to fix the things. And you don't need to kill a game after the first one. Try a sequel out. That's why I wish they did what was it? From Ben's studio. Like, I wish they do a sequel because I think they could fix a lot of things and fine tune it for Days Gone. Like, that's why I'm like, oh man, they need a sequel to that. So I hope they do a sequel. I don't think so, but that needed a sequel to kind of flesh it out. Look at the sequel to Horizon. But this is something where, unfortunately, we are getting a sequel to what is it? The hell is it? Hi-Fi Rush, but not because of Microsoft. But yeah, to flesh it out. Maybe get more licensed music and flesh it out, make the levels bigger, maybe co-op added to it. But that's what you do. Days Gone's a great game. I thought Days Gone was great. I thought the first one was great. I was like, oh man, get me a sequel. It was long. But anyway, Dead Stranding 2. I didn't read any of the reviews. I've been seeing the scores, you know, and it's only, there it is. You know, Tech Radar, PlayStation Universe, The Gamer, Game Reactor, Multiplayer, IGN France. There's always listen. There's always the outliers there. There's IGN France. I don't know if Stevie is in here. Jesus, comic book. Everybody got hundreds. Let me get past these hundreds. I don't see PlayStation the Ocho though. Here's PlayStation Universe. Who are these reviewers? Area Juggy Jones? Areola Juggy Jones? The Hobby Consolas, IGN Benelux. Vandal, yo, somebody's Player 2. Oh, damn, who's Player 2? But Why Thou? That's a website for gaming? But Why Thou? But why though? Game Pro Germany, Game Sky. Yeah, like, look, there's a lot of reviews in here, man. Woo-wee. IGN, Video Gamer, Plays Sense. Yeah, some of these, I don't know where they dug up some of these people. Merry Station. Oh, man, that's a PlayStation channel there. Merry Station. Anything could be a review now. I know. So, yeah, like, yeah, just some of the reviews here. It's a video game, but also an experience that stimulates all of your senses, working capable of stirring emotions, and surprisingly discovering that the game can just be as moving as a song, a play, or a movie. As a game, it meets and surpasses its predecessor. As a creative expression, it reaffirms the talent of Hideo Kojima. Yo. See, that's real important there in the sense there where it's like, it's not just art. But actually, as a game, it meets and surpasses its predecessor. That's the crazy, that's the thing. Because you don't want to say, oh, well, it's a beautiful piece of art, but it doesn't play well. Death Stranding 2 on the Beach is a love letter in every single person who loved the first game. It dives deep into the unique and stunning world with all of its weirdness, an amazing story, meaningful gameplay, changes, and lovable characters. On the Beach is one of those rare moments where a game takes itself seriously as a work of art, and it's beautiful, touching, joyful, and tragic all at once. While you'll be spending most of the runtime just driving trucks around instead of contending with the terrain, it's still incredibly fun and witness. So that's good. Like, so with that whole like stumbling around and all stuff that was a lot in the beginning of the first game, which I think a lot of people got turned off by that, when it was just a lot of kind of just like fighting up hills and mountains and doing that stuff. And now it sounds like, obviously, in the second one, there's just going to be, you kind of know where to go, like, they're going to turn that up so you're not doing so much of that stuff, which, that's taking the feedback and doing that in the sequel. 4 hours, Drep. That's right. With a second installment, Kojima builds on the basics of the original, but manages to surprise with a rock-solid story, memorable characters, a beautiful game world, lots of features, and so on. It's Kojima all over again, resulting in a brilliant game that is absolutely worth playing. Let those words hear those words, because we're going to come back to that when we talk about, on the other side, a game that's absolutely worth playing. A brilliant game that is absolutely worth playing. Worth playing. Keywords on this one. Let's see some of the other ones there. Yeah, and there's a cast of characters, dude. I'm telling you, Eurogame with Euro, VG212. Ultimately, playing through, let's read some of the 80s. Let's see what they say. Ultimately, playing through Death Stranding 2, like I said, I'm not clicking on them and going through details of spoilers or story or things that you do. I am not doing that now. Like, this game didn't come out yet. We're just going to read little blurbs here. Ultimately, playing through Death Stranding 2 was an emotional and other enjoyable experience full of thrills and impossible to put down during its bigger moments. My only negative feeling towards is that it's unfortunately a big one. I wish that Kojima went further in evolving the sequel from the original. So that's what VG212 said. Yo, special guest is here, Grinders. J-Dub in the house. I gotta get some sirens in here. There he is. How you doing, man?
Doing good. What's up, Grinders? How you doing?
Yeah, we're cooking, man. We're celebrating the release of GOTYs. I knew. See, as soon as we're talking about GOTYs, J-Dub was like, huh? And he just came running. He's like, GOTYs.
And listen, I saw the PlayStation symbol, like the bat symbol in the sky, and I came on over.
That's right. J-Dub heard. He's
GOTYs?
like, GOTYs?
All I heard was GOTYs?
That's it. That's what J-Dub comes in there because this is what happens when it's like people like they're quiet, this thing, and it come out. But when they break for impact, man, when they put this stuff out, it's like a head turner. Like I just said, somebody, one of the reviews was like a must play game, and it got slapped with the must play. Like that is a key thing when you have a universally must play there. And I said, I'm not reading the reviews. I was saying I'm not reading them because I have the game anyway. I don't need to know what you do. I just know, hey, I was getting it anyway. But, and I don't trust any of these reviewers. Some of them will spoil on purpose. Oh, you do this, you shoot this. I'm like, I don't want to know that. I'm playing it.
Yep.
I just saw some screenshots and it looks absolutely insane. But, yeah, you hyped? You got the one for tonight?
Listen. I got a digital copy that's already on my PS5, the deluxe. Plus, I got the collector's edition that's coming tomorrow. So, with the statue and all that stuff. So,
yeah,
I'm fully vested. Everybody know Death Stranding is in my top 5 games of all times. I took so much shit years ago, right? 5 years ago when it dropped. I took so much shit. I was like the lone man, the lone wolf out there. And everybody was calling it a walking simulator and laughing and stuff like that. And I am, one thing I will say, I am glad that at least prior to this game coming out, those who didn't play the game or who originally shitted on it decided to give it another try for the first game a try. And they gave it a try and they stuck with it. And now they're talking about it's like one of the best game ever. And I'm like, I tried to tell you like 5 years ago, but nobody wanted to listen.
Yeah,
but I get it. I will say this: it's not a game for everyone. If you're a Madden 2K player, if you're a Fortnite player, if you're Apex Legends and Marvel Rivals and COD and stuff like that, it's a different game. It is not any of those. It may not hold your attention. If you're not a story type guy, if you just like get in the game and just have nothing but straight action 100% of the time, it's not a game for you. If you're into the getting into a deep story, you can take the patience and unravel things. You will probably like it.
Yeah.
But the first game was just it's so crazy. After I beat it on not only on the PS4 but the PS5 and then obviously the PC. In this game here, man, I can't wait. My pro is ready.
It's ready. It was such a good
3 more hours before.
And no, let's say so what I did is I played a lot of it up front to try to get through to the next thing and to do that. And then once I got to like the midway point or like when I had to cross I forgot where I got to, like halfway through the country, I put it down and then I was playing something else. And then I started chipping away at it. And I finally got to the other side of the country. And then I'm like, I'm playing the rest of it, dude. Yo, things got crazy.
I will say this again. For those who didn't play the first game and try it, there is an investment. That means you are going to have to struggle and drag with some stuff, but that's part of the game. It's to show you in this desolate times, you are a porter. You have to struggle. I mean, Kojima really makes you struggle for a certain amount of hours. I
And
would
drip
say a
feed you
good
the story too.
5 to 7 hours. And once I knew it was the game for me, I had just delivered a package. I was just tired, exhausted, and I walked over a mountain, down a mountainside, and the music kicked in. And oh my God, that's when I knew this game was for me because
Mm, it hit.
half of the game is the music.
Yep.
It's the emotional experience. That music will get you fucking
And it was
scared.
like
Where it's
perfect,
like, oh shit,
dude. It was
yeah.
like
Music will
perfect when
get
it
you
came
scared.
in.
Where it's like, yeah, and it's like, oh shit, like BT's around, and something's gonna go on. And then other time, it's cool, calming music to
Yeah.
kind of get you through your journey. And other is just once the music kick in, it's like, oh shit, like it was a big sense of accomplishment. That's when I knew this game is something special
Yeah.
because it took me on a roller coaster ride of, it's crazy,
Yeah, dude.
man.
Like you, when you get to your delivery spot, like you are beat up. You fight some BTs. Like you are
Mhm.
covered in that stuff. You
Yep.
like your stuff is. If you hit the acid
You done
rain,
lost half your packages
and dude, and you're
in a goddamn
stumbling.
river.
You're like, just
Yeah.
get me there. And then you're like, if you fall, all your stuff drops, and you gotta pick it
Yep.
up. And it's like, just get me there. And you finally get there, and you check in, and they drip feed you the story too. Like you don't know what's going on, but the thing is that you're experience what you don't know because it's coming from the perspective of Sam Porter Bridges. That's the thing. Like you are
Yes.
experiencing it as him because he don't know. He just knows that I got to get the chiral network online. I'm just going to be doing this. Like I have no clue with what's going on. I just know that my baby detects BB detects like,
BB.
the Death Stranding. And I just know that I got to do this. I got to just do my job. But then he gets pulled into the whole thing that's going on. And then you learn at the same time because you really don't know who these characters are. And he names them like Die Hard Man, and he names them all different names that
All these
actually
weird names.
the names fit to what they do, what they are. Like it's so crazy how they do it. And I'm like, yeah, I really fell into the, like, once I found out what was going on and things like that, I was captivated by it. Like I had to get there and finish it. And I think that, what they're going to do in this one is going to be absolutely insane. And just some of the screenshots I was seeing, I was going to show them. It's really crazy, like how it looks. Like even the one that really got me was, I thought the first game looked good, but man, when they showed him in the second game, and that's the one I have on the thumbnail, I gotta show that one because that is dude, that is insane.
They overhauled the graphics where it's like it's bananas.
Look at this.
Even Digital Foundry was like without ray tracing and without all that other shit, like UE5, the what they call it, luminous, whatever, lumens or whatever. Without any of that shit, that Decima engine is like surpassing that shit.
It's crazy.
I mean, they said it's the best looking game this generation.
And I saw about the quality and performance modes are pretty much played on quality, like it's about the same. It's the same thing. But it's just crazy because you thought the first game he looked insane. Look at the second one.
120. It runs 120 hertz.
Oh, does it? Okay, I got that.
Yes.
Yo.
Yeah, I just finally confirmed it. So
I couldn't believe it. This was the shocking part. This guy, this was like, yo, if this is what he looks like in the second game, I can't believe it, because the first game I was stunned at how it looked. And again, we know that what the Decima does, we saw that in Forbidden West. Now we have a game that is not cross-gen, that is built only for the PS5 and the Pro, especially there. Like, it's crazy. Like, and I don't know if it's coming across here on the stream, but I'm trying to zoom in as much as possible. It's like it even captured his age. Like, it's just crazy how it's him. It is insane. How the difference of these of the other one came. And remember, the other one came out in 2019, so this is 6 years and next generation. This is what you expect, and this is why sequels are great. Because they fix the first and they refine it, And now look at the scores. The scores were like 82, 83, and people didn't know because a lot of them started it up and was like, this is not for me. You're delivering packages and, and then the world went to hell, with the whole like COVID stuff right after that things. And it was just like, people, but it was really crazy because the time of getting people connected and all that other stuff was pretty interesting because that's kind of like when the game hit was like getting the people on the chiral network. That's why I think a lot of people fell in love with it too after the fact. Once the initial review came out, I think a lot of people fell in love with it the next year when we were all locked down and we're all trying to connect and all this stuff. And you just kind of just get this game and just, just cruise, there. Andrew Wilkins with the 5. He goes, "What up, Jez? You mentioned Diddy Kong and Puff Daddy recently. Notorious B.I.G. actually gave him the Diddy nickname because he thought he was a clown. Oh, shit. What the hell's going on here? Diddy Kong. Man. Yo, that Donkey Kong game looks lit too, man.
Yeah,
no Decima, but but anyway, that Donkey Kong game, I'm pretty hyped for that as well. But man, it is crazy how this game's done. And then we look at some of the other ones, but that one really stood out to me. And then some of these other screenshots of the opening scenes, and where is it? Yeah, here's a better picture of it, dude. This is somebody brightened it up. Look at this. This is insane. Yeah, it's like goddamn. Yo, this is sick. This is some guy. He just brightened it up because it was a dim shot from the Digital Foundry shot. Yo, that's freaking kidding me. This is insane. Painkillers did that. Yo, but anyway, yeah. And we know and that's why I'm saying Kojima. He's doing his thing, and this is his dream, and he actually he got the actors in there. He got the mocap. He got the story. It's crazy stuff. So let me see if I can find the some of the screenshots here. I thought I saw somebody's. Oh no, I can't really see. Somebody just posted some things. Yeah, see, I gotta watch for the spoils thing. I don't want any. Who's this? Yeah, see, some of the reviews. I'm not clicking on them. Oh, here's some. Yo, this is craziness. Look at some of these screenshots of the environments they doing. This is like that opening scene that they were showing. It is crazy. The rock formations. The Decimus engine is sick.
Yeah, they really went into detail on this game. They added a lot more action. I know a lot of people was like, "Oh, the first game's really good." It was like, listen, it was a lot of action in the first game. You just had to get past that struggle point to you when you got the vehicles and you started fighting Cliff on the battleground. All the, you get into fighting the BTs, the mules. You get to fight all the creatures and all this shit. Right? It's a lot of action in there. It's just, here's the thing: the action that you got, you was hoping you never got that action. Because when you got the action, that wasn't a good thing. That was a bad thing. If you understand,
exactly, you wanted to avoid it because
exactly, you know, no spoil. Yep.
Oh no, I'm not spoiling anything. I'm just showing a couple screenshots. I'm not reading reviews.
Yeah, but right now we're talking about the first
game.
For those who didn't get to play it and didn't go through that, connecting basically the United Cities. It's basically United States. You connecting the states.
Yeah, first game.
And then after you did that, in this game, and I don't want to talk about the story of the second game, but if you played the first game and you got to the end of it, you would, but from what I understand, it'll try to catch, the second game will try to catch you up as much as possible. But I can't wait. I'll be playing it in a couple hours.
The thing is too is that what's good about the first game and with the second one is the only thing I'm going to say is that the first game closes with like what you did and the story there. It's kind of done, similar to how Horizon ended as well, like where it's like you're done here, but it says something else is happening. And now you're going to start anew with that something else that's happening. And that's kind of where it ended. But like it ends at a good point where it's not like a cliffhanger where it's like he's like, what's a BT? And it's like now you find out what a BT. No, all that stuff. Now the second one's sort of like what happens. And it kind of reminds me a little bit of, I don't know if he took some elements of the Matrix, but it reminds me of how the Matrix ended, where it's like, it ended that one story, but what happens at the end, you're like, he's going back. And it's even bigger problems now. And that's where this one's starting here. So it's going to be really cool. I can't wait to play it. I got it ready to go. And but the thing is that must play bangers. And this is just the first one. We know GOTY is coming later this year as well, in a few months. And
Lost Soul Aside.
And Lost Soul Aside is coming as well. And this is what happens, man. You know, you say about multiplats, the form. This is the thing. You want to play a must-play game? There's only one place to play it right now. And there's not a lot of places that are doing this. So you got Nintendo doing it, just like you want to go play the best Mario Kart. Then there you go. There's one place to play it. This one, you want to sit and wait? Go ahead. I don't care. You sit and wait. But I'm telling you right now, you know, when you have these head turners, we had this with a lot of the games, and there's only one place to play, that FOMO hits hard. And when everybody talking about it, everybody sharing those screenshots, you know it's going to be cooking, and everybody going, this is absolutely incredible. And just the reviews themselves, the way, oh my God, how are they doing the Phil Spencer interview showing up here? Why is he in the review? What is this? What the hell was this? Hold on. What the hell are they talking about?
Some others as well locked in. We're going to have Giant Bomb at night. And we've got some cool people.
Oh, oh man, I'm like, what the? They're advertising Giant Bomb. I'm like, wait a second. Why is the Phil Spencer sitting there with Matt Booty in the review of Death Stranding 2? Oh man, that's crazy. But that's the main, and it's just something that I wanted to bridge into, you know, the whole thing that I'm going to talk about into the Xbox thing with the whole where your games are. You know, play the games you want with who you want and how you want. This has always been the problem, J-Dub. We talk about it at nauseum. This little must play games. Sarah Bond needs to stop at the first sentence. Play the games you want. Sarah, stop right there. Because that's what you guys don't do. You don't make the games that must play games. Where are they? They're like, I'll check them out later. Oh, we're fixing it over time. We heard you. I just went over that with Gears. I don't know if you played Gears over the weekend. Did you play it on the PlayStation?
Yeah, I did. I played with some friends.
Yo, that thing's antiquated, man. They need to fix that.
Yeah, I thought it was like, okay, they should have updated it where it's like Gears of War 5 gameplay, but they didn't. It's like Gears of War, and you can kind of tell. You know,
you could tell, yeah. Like there were so many things in the later Gears that made it more engaging and fun. They had different executions. They had different chainsaw things. They had the chainsaw duel, all those things, and all those things came in the later Gears of War. It wasn't in the first one. So playing the first one is like, it's a slog because it was like the first time, and that was all we had then. That's it. That was it. But now in 2025, you can't be shipping that thing like that. No horde modes. Like, it was great. They had versus horde mode by the time they got to 3. So anyway, must play games. And this is what it means. When you have exclusives and they are this, that moves. And that's what and that's the recipe for success. If you're
system sellers. And the thing is like, I always go to his quote on just like, if we just build great games, everything will turn around. Like,
I see commentary that if you just build great games, everything would turn around. It's just not true that if we go off and build great games, all of a sudden you're going to see console share shift in some dramatic way.
What he was focusing on there was console sales. But if you just make great games, yeah, you may be so far behind on console sales that it's not going to change. It's not going to have everybody migrate to Xbox. But if you just make great games, must-play games like this, it changes a lot for your services, your subscriptions, your devices when you want to play away. Because the difference is when you boot up this game and you're sitting in front of your PlayStation, you're playing it, and you're absorbed into that story, into that world. When you walk away from your game setup, you're going to want to go back to that world, and you can't get back to it. That's where you play your games matters. Now I can pick up my Portal. Let me finish up that mission. Let me deliver just one more, because the game encapsulates you to play it, because it's a good game. That's where you play your games matters. The problem is they haven't done that in years.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why these games could be on everything diarrhea style, and they still do not permeate into any kind of success or must-play state, and it just fizzles out. Halo was free. Halo multiplayer was free on every PC known to man. It was on Xbox PC. It was on Steam PC. It was on every Android phone in the world, every iPhone, every browser in the world. Free, because it was on xCloud. Free on all the consoles. And that thing died faster than any Halo I've ever seen. Because it just wasn't good and supported well. And they let that thing die. So no matter where it was, it still did not capture the audience. It doesn't matter. And that's the problem that they've always run into, is they're so focused on where you can play your games, but they never say, are we making games that people want to play all the time?
Yeah.
You're not. That Astrobot was an addiction like that, right? Like Astrobot, you leave your PlayStation, you're like, I can't get to my TV. Boot it up on my Portal. Now, it's great that I could play this on my Portal. It's great that I could play this on somewhere just to get some in. Because if it's good enough to play away, and that's where what you make matters a lot, and that's they haven't done. So that's why they've been talking this game a long time. But you don't make games for impact. Must play games. And granted, people will wait. People will wait for I don't want to wait. But they were never going to buy it probably to begin with. Because I think that's horseshit too, Jacob. You know that, right? When people go like, I'm going to wait. You're going to wait.
Yeah,
fine. They could wait. But you want to know what? You weren't going to buy it anyway, because just like every game, they charge more money to play it early. And if that wasn't a lucrative thing, dude, people want to play it 2 days before it releases. We'll pay an extra $10. So tell me, waiting is the game. Waiting is not a game.
No, what it is, when people say they're going to wait and stuff like that, those are people that don't want to spend the money. Those are the game passers. Those are the PC guys that only get the free games on Epic Store, or they play all the free to play games, right? That's all they play. They don't spend any money. The only money they'll spend is on the hardware. But getting a new graphics card, that's about it.
Yeah, because if everybody waits, like they made a whole business out of playing a game early, paying extra to play a game before it releases.
Exactly.
And if that wasn't, if that's not an indication that waiting in the video game world is like as a status quo, it's not.
Yeah.
If you wait for a game, it's pretty much you're not interested in it.
Exactly. And then here's another thing: if everybody decided to wait, let's say everybody waited, where would gaming be? All the studios are dying. All the games are dying. If you don't buy
waiting for sales
week one, right? If you sit around waiting for sales, you're not counted in that. So when Sony closed the studio, or when Microsoft closed the studio, or EA or somebody closed the studio, you don't get a say so, because you decided not to support the game. Mikey Barber said that. He's like, guys, if you don't want these studios closed and you want to support the fucking game, go and buy it.
But don't buy it if you don't like it. And that's the thing. Yeah. But like, if you want to play the game and you're just like, oh, well, my followers won't follow me if I buy it. Like, and these weird ass people, that's weird. Yeah, that's weird shit. That's not where it is. And the thing is that the main reason when he said that about, like, if we just make great games, if you just make one great game, that's not going to draw a whole bunch of people to your platform. But if you make consistent great games, and that's why Death Stranding is just one of the Horizons, God of War Ragnaroks, the Ratchet and Clanks, the Astrobot Game of the Year last year. Like, if it's in if you have a numerous bunch of games, now there's a judgment where, hey, I could go there and I could play all these games, and when new ones come out, I'll have them. Like, one game is not going to fix everything. They need to be doing this years on years to build loyalty, to build recognition and brand recognition and quality, which still to this day they have not. Gears over the weekend was, I was like, are you kidding me? This thing should have been especially it was behind the $40 pre-order. Like you had to pre-order $40 to play it. It wasn't an open beta. Everybody tries it. It was a $40 perk to play this Gears, and it ran like that.
Yep.
Bullshit. You run it like that. What the hell is that? Get access to the beta by paying $40. That was, and the first weekend it didn't even work half the weekend. Oh, come on. Like, anyway. Easy Tone with the 10. He goes, Death Stranding 2 does what Hellblade 2 was supposed to do. Exactly, Easy Tone. Bigger, better, and more gameplay. No wonder bots trying to cope for Hellblade 2 has better graphics, even though it doesn't. Again, Sony does it better. Easy Tone, that's exactly what it is. Yeah, Hellblade 2 was supposed to be like this. It was supposed to be bigger, better, more interaction, more things, and it was less. Less story, less combat. Horrible. Josh has member of 27 months. Wow, 27 months grinding it up. Keep up, Jez. Hey, thank you so much, Josh. I appreciate it, man. Old time grind there, right there. But yeah, dude, I'm hyped for it. And so Jada, what it comes in the premium edition? What is it? You get a statue?
Yeah, you get the statue of one of the creatures.
Cool.
You get, I think, some autograph Kojima stuff, some pictures, photo book. You get a digital copy of the game, obviously, and that's it. But I have the Death Stranding 1 collector's edition
with the baby.
I have
the BB.
with BB. Yeah, with BB.
That's
I got
awesome.
the Death Stranding PS5 Pro console, a collector's console. So I have that.
And you got the controller? There was a controller,
I
right?
got the controller. Yep, and I got the controller. Yep.
All right.
So I am, having those two, having Death Stranding 1 and 2, the collector's items of all that stuff, on top of Metal Gear Solid 5, Phantom Pain, the PS5 custom console, as well as the not the Phantom Pain, but the Sons of the Patriots, the PS3 the PS3 console, all unopened.
Oh wow.
So that's part of my collection, man. Yeah. So
hey man, it's your favorite franchise. Like that's what you do.
Yeah. Yeah, man.
That's what you do, man.
Yeah.
Have you always been a Kojima fan?
I've always been a Kojima fan.
Ah.
I like Kojima. See, here's the thing. I understand he's not everybody else's taste. He does a lot of quirky stuff. He doesn't just tell the story a normal way like everybody else. He make you try to figure things out, and he talks about shit where you sometimes you're like, "What the fuck is this guy trying to do?" But that's my kind of thing, and I always tell people, "Listen, fuck it, call me weird. Maybe I'm weird in that way, but it fits me, and it may not fit everybody." Like I got brothers and friends where they don't give things time, right? They don't give it, they don't have enough time to just let something go through. That's why they couldn't get through Death Stranding 1.
Yeah.
Because it was taking too long to get to the action that they want to see. They're looking for an action game. And it's like, but it's like,
or a military action or something along those lines, yeah.
Yeah. And so it is what it is. So I totally understand those who didn't play part 1, it was just probably not their game. But a lot of people who said it wasn't their game, they went back and played it, and then they finally went through it, and now they're like, "Oh my God, I can't believe I took that long, and this shit is amazing." And I was like, "Man, I tried to tell you back then, but it's better late than never."
And dude, it has like horror elements to it, and it's sci-fi horror. Like it really goes dark. Like it's crazy
through and through. He's gonna give you some Metal Gear type stuff in there.
Yes, there were levels.
Some cameos by some people that you were like, "Oh, I know that guy. Oh, I know that guy. Oh, this guy is in there." And it's
I know
so
I know it's because I really never was like the first game I played from him really like that I really said was Metal Gear 5. Like that was the first one because again I was on Xbox a lot. I didn't really have that Kojima love and all that stuff. I just knew about him and and then when Metal Gear Solid 5 went to Xbox, I was like, oh, let me try this out, and that's why I was like, oh wow, this is pretty damn interesting. I like the freedom of what you can do there. It wasn't just this kind of going. It was sort of you gotta extract and call in the helicopter, and there's all this buildup.
Yeah.
It was just so weird, and that's where like I first really had an experience of playing that stuff. And then with Death Stranding, you know, I had to give it a shot, you know, because there was that whole like Sony partnership. I just got the PlayStation. I had the PlayStation, so like I wanted to get the Death Stranding on there and just explore it. And yeah, it was crazy because it even you know, when they added the definitive edition and they added the DualSense, it almost like it was fit for the DualSense with the adaptive triggers and stuff like that, because you're holding them a lot when you deliver those packages.
Exactly.
And what I thought was an awesome thing that really opened my eyes with Death Stranding, with the first one, was how it integrated multiplayer. And not like co-op or combat or anything like that.
It's
but
it's not like anything else that you've seen.
It was, and what's crazy was when I first experienced that, like when you add somebody to the chiral network, it really adds the network. Like it adds people's modifications to the area where they put in ladders, they put in like on the terrain, they put in bridges, they put in highways. Dude, there was people building highways, and then people maintained them. They put the chiral stuff into it, so it wouldn't degrade. It's crazy how integrated online, and on top of that, like it really was creating desire paths. Like it was crazy because I went to like a science school, but then they had this class where it was like environmental design analysis, and they would talk about desire paths. And it's like, you ever walking in an L shape, and then there's grass, and then you see there's like the grass is like worn out as a diagonal. Because people don't want to walk to the corner and turn left. People don't walk like that. They're going to walk across the grass to get to the other side, and they create a desire path. And a lot of times it shows that that's just bad design, because people don't walk in straight lines. People will cross the grass. And what's crazy is that when you are playing this game, you are actually doing like you're looking for the path of least resistance. Like, yo, there's a lot of rocks there, I'm gonna walk in between these rocks. And it really was crazy how they integrated that in the game with it. But the online was so cool because it gave purpose, and it made backtracking back to where you had to go so different, because now you have people that put in bridges, and they put in ladders, and they dropped off a car. You know how many times you just like, oh my god, I wish there was a car here, and all of a sudden you come over the hill and there's a car, and you just hit thank you, like, and it's just it was such a creative way of integrating online. It was so cool.
Yeah, there's been so many times where, dude, I've went so far, and it's like, man, I wish you know what I'm saying? I obviously Timefall had already destroyed one of my vehicles. And I said, man, I wish I could find something. And right when I'm just like so frustrated, I look, and there's somebody left one there with a sign, you know. It was a sign with a thumbs up or something. I was like, oh, thank you, man. Or I've climbed a mountain.
Or a charger. Like an electricity charger for your skeleton.
I was climbing a mountain to try to get past the BTs because they were there, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm gonna get down this mountain," and I didn't have any more rope. And I walked just a little bit further, and I see an anchor with a rope, and I climb down it. And then so I give a thumbs up there, and I give that person a bunch of credit and stuff like that for doing that, because they saved me.
They did.
Or if I needed to hurry up and run across
the water where they put a ladder,
the water, they put a ladder there. Saved me a bunch of time from going to the BTs area, you know, where the BTs and stuff is, bro. They saved a lot of struggle, and
they did.
You feel it in the game, like in real life. You're like, oh my god, thank you. Like, I can kiss this person.
And that
they saved me like 30 minutes.
Yep. And if you were just John blazing it across the terrain and running like goddamn Naruto, like. That wouldn't who cares if there's a ladder there? But the fact that they make it purposely like hard on you to navigate, those are so rewarding. Even when you're fighting the BT, like you're fighting this stuff, like they have people's tags coming up and they're throwing you resources, so you never
the blood bags.
The blood bags and all that other stuff. Like, it's so cool. And there's people that just they were just doing that. Like, they would just create, they built that friggin' highway that went from the East Knot City. That was not created by Kojima. That was created by people.
It wasn't by us.
The friggin' highway.
You got all these resources. you can donate the Carillium, you can donate,
Yeah.
and when all those packages that you see people have lost, that's because
You
they were
could
battling
deliver for
big
them.
teams
Yeah.
or the mules or something. You can grab that and you can deliver for them, right? And
Yep.
so it's gonna, like, you're sharing this world. You're
It was
sharing it
so
with
crazy.
everybody.
It was so
And
awesome.
if you do your job, they'll do their job and their job, and it'll make your life a lot easier.
Mm-hmm.
Traversing. They got the zip lines and stuff.
Oh
I
yeah,
mean,
all
it's
the
just,
zip lines that they put in, and
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
and dude,
That
and
stuff
that's the
saves
thing.
you
Like,
time,
I've
man.
always thought, like when I first got, like when I was doing Xbox Live and playing online, I always thought, like,
Mhm.
what would the future of online gaming be? Yes, of course we're going to be shooting and doing co-op and all this other stuff, but like this stuff was so interesting. It's like, this is what I thought, like a connected, what we would get out of games, like these kind of creative ways of integrating online, not just by having co-op and people running around or shooting people, but actually some sort of benefit of having a connection online. And it was pretty awesome, dude. It was pretty damn
Yeah.
cool. Like, and they came at such convenient times, but again, that is just great game design, but also that superhighway was clutch, man, especially near the end, like when you had to go backtrack and everything. Like, it was crazy because everything was populated right where you would think people will go, and the resources were there. Like, I was climbing up the snow and I'm like, oh, the snow ones, and then I just see at the top, I'm like, there's a motorcycle. I'm like, holy crap, this is awesome. And then you just like use it.
Yep.
It was so cool.
Let me ask you this. What do you think about all of these people that are hating on the game, as far as like, oh well, we're gonna get to play it. We're gonna get to play it on our Xbox PC or whatever. They starting to say that.
I gotta talk about. We gotta talk about that one, because I'm gonna expose all that shit right now. I got all that, but
I know it's so crazy,
no,
man. Like,
yeah,
it's like we get multiple GOTY contenders and winners a year since the beginning of PlayStation, since its inception. What's gonna make this year any different? Like, what's up with these guys, bro? Like,
it's defeatism, man.
mental
They are,
illness. Yeah,
dude,
that's what
they
it
are
is.
so
They're just
defeated.
fucking defeated.
They're waiting, and know what's hilarious is I'm gonna have that on the top. I have it here, the Xbox app update, but like the weird flexing of trying to just get a shortcut on a desktop, and now we could play a PlayStation. Listen, I just played Gears of War built for PlayStation over the friggin' weekend. Like, they're not doing that. And the thing is this whole, we're back to this exclusivity bullshit and all this other stuff, and they just don't. What happens is that there's such rarities with this game, like these like just with Astrobot and stuff like that, that they try to make it like this is an outlier. And meanwhile, bitch, this is the recipe for success. You think it's the outlier, the weird exclusive, the weird timed paywall from Sony. It's like, no, bitch, this is the recipe for success. Because this is what happens when you selling a product. You want to make the best games for that product to give it an attraction. I think it's all bullshit. Like, imagine if these guys that run around, guys and girls, whatever, that are on this internet that talk about gaming everywhere and everything should be non-exclusive. I want to give you scenarios. J-Dub, you're going to walk into Friendly's and sit there and demand that they serve you a Big Mac. Think about that. I'm going to where's a Big Mac? It'd be better for McDonald's. Where is it? You're a Friendly, sir. No. J-Dub, you love cars. Go to Nissan and say, I would like a Ferrari. What the fuck? Who are you? They're like, no, I want a Ferrari, please. Ferrari should be everywhere, right? They should be everywhere. No, sir, this is a Nissan dealer. What are you doing here?
Yeah.
Like who does that? Like, think about these nutcases on the internet and how they talk and go like, well, that should be everywhere. You know what? Go buy your JLab headphones. I'm a headphone junkie. Yep. Go buy some JLab headphones for friggin' $20, and then go email the company and go, well, why don't they have the noise canceling of the Bose? That noise canceling should be on all headphones. No, bitch. That's the Bose is 400. Pay to play, bitch. Like, the thing is exclusivity, uniqueness is inherent in everything. Everything. You don't go into goddamn McDonald's and say, hey, you know what? Go to Ramsey, make sandwiches. Go to Ramsey Burger. No, you're a McDonald's, sir. Sir, what do you do? Like, think about how these people walk around, because you're in. It's better for gaming. It's better for cars. It's better for Ferrari if they're everywhere. There is a reason, and unfortunately, the brand that you like is done. And and you are so glazed from Xbox and all the promises and the waiting that you don't even know when they kicked you in the nuts and you're down already. Dude, Sarah Bond told you the future is Windows PC and you're still bleeding green?
Still bleeding green.
Like, what? Like, she telling you to your face, we are done. Like, after watching this Sarah Bond video, which, first of all, it reminded me of like a Nike commercial. I don't know why, but it looked like some sort of like sport commercial. This whole Sarah Bond, like they had this music playing. It's like everywhere. I mean, everywhere. Like, it's like Sarah Bond. Like, are you selling like Nikes or something like that? It was the weirdest shit. But it's like she telling you right here. Dude, so you want to hate on games because they are exclusive and stuff like that? Like, you go tell your boyfriend Phil Spencer that stop fucking around with where I could play my games and give me some games that I could play, because every game is like, I'm gonna check it out on Game Pass, you know. And you guys, and know what's crazy, J-Dub? This is why I was going on a rant about this shit. You know what's crazy is that coming out of that show, are they talking about Perfect Dark, which was shown last year? Fable, which was shown 2 years in a row, and we have no update on it now? Oh, it's coming next year. Oh, you accept that? No new gameplay, no new features. It's supposed to be a massive RPG. Nope, we showed enough. Two clips. Nobody asked about it. Nobody said, where's Perfect Help? Dude, it's in a gutter somewhere. Anybody asking where State of Decay 3 is? Phil Spencer said he played it last year. No, this year. Anybody asking where Avowed deal? Oh, Avowed is so great, I want to go back. No, instead, they came out of the stupid ass show, and it's more about the hardware glaze. That's it. They got that sizzle reel from them, and they are off to the races. It's $1,000 handhelds for them now. They were talking about the most powerful console, J-Dub, and now they're hyped up to play 7 inches. Yeah, pause. 7 inches. 7 inches. 1080p at 7 inches. I can't wait. Rub my fucking nipples. 7 inches. Here I come. You were talking about the most powerful console at bleeding 4K. Make your eyes bleed, and now you're hyped up to play with goddamn love handles and 7 inches of 1080p. Let me ask you a question. If that's their future, if that's what they want, what do you think will game? They're making games for a Zen 2 processor that runs games at 1080p at medium to low settings on 7 inches.
Exactly.
What kind of games you think they're making? They're not targeting 5090s. Sarah Bond didn't pull a goddamn rig out of her ass and go, holy shit, 5090s are the future of Xbox. Holy shit, here we go. Now we're cooking. Let's see what games you make. Nah, Sarah Bond not pulling out no 5090s. She pulled out goddamn Rinky Dink Phil Spencer 7 inches. At 1080p. Low settings. This is our future. Maybe 2 hours of battery life. The fuck is Sarah Bond? The fucking future is this? Dude, that sounds like Series S on goddamn on Ozempic. That's what you're gonna get. The Series S, all the people at the pauses. Dude, it's 7 inches. Man. Only 7 inches. That's right, Big Razzo. Fuck out of here. That's small. Oh shit.
I mean, I don't know. I'd have to go back.
But it's just crazy. But that's the talk out of this whole thing. Not like hey, Avowed was incredible. GOTY. Where's the extra deal? Dude, the lady left. She gone.
Yep.
The lady that was that pranced Avowed. Avowed came out, she left. You think you're getting DLC? Avowed is a one and done. Like, come on. There's no sequels coming. They're not building that world. It's over. What about South of Midnight? Expansions, please. It only was 6 hours long. Took 7 years, an hour for each year. Like, I'm like, where's the conversation? We're back to the hardware glaze. That's what happened.
Yep.
We heard this before. Series X, 1X, Project Lockhart, Project Asshole, all this shit. Project Scarlet, Project Scorpio, the uncompressed pixels. We've been through the hardware glaze enough. And yet again, they're back again, and it's not even their own hardware. Not even on their own hardware. There's somebody else's hardware. Phil said, you know what? I'm tired of signing asses. I'm going to start signing electronics now. So he's putting the tramp stamps. Instead of putting them on the people at FanFest, Phil Spencer said, I'm going to start putting them on products. That's what happened.
Man.
That's it. He said, when I have a FanFest anymore, my hand is tired signing those asses. I'm going to now sign the Phil Spencer edition, MetaQuest. Oh, shit. There it is.
Yeah.
We got the Phil Spencer edition, Toil Bowl.
Slapping a sticker on anything.
Oh, please.
What
do you think that the button that they're putting on the ROG love handle version, it can't be the circle that's on your controller, because ROG is like, we don't do circles.
We don't do circles. Yeah, that's
like, and they accepted it.
It's their product. It's not Microsoft's product. It's
exactly.
Product.
It's not their product. It's not their product.
You know, not Microsoft just license out the Xbox name and brand, but they get to do what they want with it. And so I don't know. You know, it's just this is going to be the MSI Claw Xbox edition. There's going to be Steam Deck Xbox edition. I mean, it's such a degrade of a brand, and these bots can't see it. Like, it's just the cognitive dissonance. If I started seeing fucking PlayStation symbols slapped on every fucking thing, bro, I'll be fucking pissed.
But J-Dub, the thing is like,
water down this.
Yeah, like what? First off, we're at a point right now of what even is Xbox. It's not even the UI. It's different UI on the app versus
It's not
the console. It's not the games.
It's not the hardware.
It's not the features.
It's not the software. It's whatever you can imagine. It's just whatever.
Yo, Anthony Dixon, what's up, man? Yeah, like really, like what is Xbox? So you've taken Xbox now to the last step where Gears of War was played on a PlayStation and is all your IP now is out and about. Your dashboard is different. The games that could be played on all these different Xboxes,
where that box is in the name of our
are
brand.
different games. Like, it's not even a library of the same library across all devices. It's like if you play on the cloud, only the cloud games that they certified are on there. Not your entire library. They're adding some, but not your whole library. If you have 350 games, maybe 50 to 100 maybe show up on the cloud. You play it on PC? I have 32 games out of my 350 game library work on PC. You play on the Xbox console? I got 350 games. How the hell in all those three areas, my cell phone as a cloud, the Asus ROG as a PC, and my console, 3 different libraries of games that are available. 300, maybe 50, maybe 30. How is that all Xboxes? Because some, a little bit, what qualifies enough to be called an Xbox? There's no consistency. You know, when Apple does across their devices, they have some consistency in their I/O and their interface. Like if that liquid glass comes to the phone, it's coming to the iPad, it's coming maybe the Mac. Like there's a cohesion across their devices that says this is an Apple product. By the way, I got another scenario for you. All you guys that think games should be everywhere and you know what, no exclusives and everybody should have everything, go to the Apple Store and go ask them for a Galaxy S25.
Exactly.
Wouldn't that be great for Samsung? Why can't I buy an Android Samsung phone at the Apple Store? Get the fuck, like, imagine in real life that the way these people roll around on their YouTube channels and on X, take your dumb ass, walk into an Apple store and ask for a Samsung Galaxy and see the look that you get. They'll call the police on your ass. They'll think you're on drugs.
Exactly.
Come on. Or they'll think you're senile and you need assistance back to your car. Like, the people, well, why isn't God of War on an Xbox? Everybody should be everywhere. It's great for gamers. No, what's great for gamers? Because remember, when Starfield was an exclusive, Todd Howard and his Uber driving ass was like, it's wonderful to develop for one platform because it makes focus the development and the benefits of the... Oh, really? Nobody was glazing his ass to put his game everywhere.
Exactly.
But now when you don't have it, you just want everybody... Misery loves company.
Yep.
Yeah, you go to Apple and ask for an apple. It'll be great for apples. What do you mean? You don't have an orchard here? What do you mean? This is Apple for apples. Like, this is silly. Like, people on the internet are nutsos. Because apply that logic to everything that you do. You know? Like, apply that logic. Go to a store, a branded store, Nike, walk in and get shoes and walk in and say, where are my Adidas? They're like, excuse me, you're in the Nike store.
Yeah.
No, you should have all shoes. It's better for all shoes. Think about the shoe industry. You shouldn't have one store dedicated to Nike. You should have all shoes. But sir, you're in the Nike store. Where am I, Reebok? No, that's not here. But a shoe's a shoe. Get the fuck out. We'll call the police on your ass.
Exactly.
That's how they go on Twitter. That's how they fucking rock. That's how they go on X. And that's why I don't even deal with people like that, man. I skip them. But man, talking about Nike, I know you watched this video, but I got to just play it for the Grindhouse and then we can get to these super chats. But this video with Sarah Bond, just listen to the music and the way she's talking. Dude, this sounds like she's hyping up the NBA playoffs or some shit like that. This is crazy. Look at the music.
At Xbox, our vision is for you to play the games you want with the people you want, anywhere you want. That's why we're investing in our next generation hardware lineup across console, handheld, PC, cloud, and accessories. I am thrilled to share we've established a strategic multi-year partnership with AMD to co-engineer silicon across a portfolio of devices, including our next generation Xbox consoles, in your living room and in your hands. Together with AMD, we are advancing the state of art in gaming silicon to deliver the next generation of graphics innovation to unlock a deeper level of visual quality and immersive gameplay and player experiences enhanced with the power of AI, all while maintaining compatibility with your existing library of Xbox games. This is all about building you a gaming platform that's always with you, so you can play the games you want across devices anywhere you want.
Stop right there, Sarah Bond.
You an Xbox experience, not locked to a single store or tied to one device. That's why we're working closely with the Windows team
The cuts.
to ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. The next generation of Xbox is coming to life, and this is just the beginning. We can't wait to show you what's next.
This is just the beginning. Can't wait. Like, yo, she is like T-Mobile mode she's in right now. She's in T-Mobile mode, the lovely fine Sarah. She is in T-Mobile mode. Like, it is just the weirdest announcement. And I guess, how does AMD focus on accessories? Like, are they putting the chips in the controllers? Like we're working closely with AMD for accessories and
yes. Did you not remember doing the leaks? The slideshows and stuff.
That's right. They're gonna put the control. They're gonna put the chip in a controller that you can plug it into your TV.
So basically, the controller itself is a console. No matter what TV you walk by, whatever you compare it, and that's where you're. Yep. All of that stuff was right, man. All that stuff was right.
The games you want, J-Dub. The lovely Sarah Bond got the games you want. The must play. Where's that must play list? I need that must play. That must play list of where is it? I thought I saw it. Like the games you want. Let's see. Are these the games you want? Let me see. I got the must play. Like, look, they got the seal of must play. These exclusive Demon Souls, God of War Ragnarok, Astrobot, Marvel Spider-Man 2, Final Fantasy 7 Rebirth, Death Stranding, all must plays. Let's go look at the games you want. Let's see, Sarah Bond. Janky Jones and the Circle of Jerks. South of Midnight, 76. Starfield, 83. Avowed, 81. I don't see any of the must plays. Microsoft Simulator 2024. I don't know what happens. The sky changes. Why the hell they have yearly editions of Flight Simulator? I don't get it. I don't know what's changing. The clouds. Doom, the Dark Ages. You know, and what I mean is like they got Doom. They got the Janky Jones. Like they got games, something, but they're not the games.
Quality.
Exactly. It's like, oh, I'll check it out.
They're not
and Redfall down to 56.
There's not what gamers really want, right? They'll take them because they're a game, right? And like Microsoft went years and years without putting shit out, right?
Exactly, and killed their franchises too.
Yeah, I mean,
Crackdown, Gears, Halo.
It's not that they're bad. They're not bad games. They're just very forgettable games, and none of them are selling you the console
or the services,
whatever, or the service, right? Whereas PlayStation, all their games are not only selling you the hardware, but they sell you the service and they sell you everything else. And
great games, man. And again, like that, and half the shit they had to buy anyway. Like that's the thing. Like they and their strategy, instead of just building great games from their studios and doing that stuff, all they did was bought a bunch of multiplats to slap their sticker on it. Like this is, don't you see the motif of what they're doing? All they're doing is taking other people's shit and they're slapping their names on it after billions of dollars they spent, or something successful. Oh, MetaQuest. Like they already tried this with the OEMs with their AR and they did nothing. Satya was building the app for Windows 10 and Samsung was making headsets and HP made headsets and they all made these headsets. And guess what happened? Last update late last year, nixed the whole thing. Those headsets are not selling; they're done. Like, and the app is done. And I fear that that's exactly what Xbox is going to be. It's going to be a vestigial organ on the Xbox PC. And she says right at the end of that video, that we're working. What is that, Sarah Bond? Where it is? That's why after she says all this hype, she says at the end,
#1 platform for gaming.
Oh, what was that? Xbox is the #1 platform for gamers. Let me see, Sarah Bond. Was that? Let me get back to the tapes.
Windows. To ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. To ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. The Windows team. To ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming. To ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming.
Sarah Bonds. Windows. You know what? I think we're gonna replace Sarah Bond here.
When we launched Game Pass, some people freaked out. They were worried it was going to destroy sales, make it impossible for developers to make money, devalue games.
Yeah.
Handheld?
Yeah.
Sarah Bond, I think we need to get this one on here.
Platform for gaming. That Windows is the #1 platform. Ensure that Windows is the #1. That's why we're working closely with the Windows team to ensure that Windows is the #1 platform for gaming.
Well, Sarah Bond, let me tell you something. That console that you sold everybody in 2020, Series X and S, that's not Windows. Like, that's not Windows. You're working with the Windows team. That's not Windows. So what the hell is the future for the device that's under the TV right now and that you're selling? Because that's not Windows. It's a kernel of Windows. But listen, we know that it requires special development for it because that's why Wukongs and friends are not over there. That's why they have games that have to get ported to Xbox. Look at Capcom. Capcom, the Avenger fighting the collection. It was all different things. So that is not Windows. And you tried UWP, not Windows. So what is that box? Because you're working with the Windows team. So Windows is the future. All this, that's why Windows is the future. Like, how did they not pull that out of that whole Sarah Bond sizzle reel? She didn't say that's why we're making Xbox the best platform for gaming. Because everything is an Xbox. You would think that Xbox would be the gaming platform of Windows. See, that's where I felt J-Dub that they should have focused on. They should have said, hey, just like Acer has Predator is their gaming division, Asus has ROG, Republic of Gamers, Lenovo has Legion, that's their gaming brand. Microsoft would have been better going, our gaming brand is Xbox, so everything that's gaming is Xbox. But she don't say that.
Yeah, she don't say that. Because again, you wouldn't say that if you're trying to make the actual Xbox hardware go away.
Exactly.
That's literally what it is. They're going to sell you on the service, and the fact that they're a third-party publisher, that's it. That's where they're making their money. That's it. That's the end game. I don't understand how guys can't see that, but you know,
it says it right there. She don't say that's why we're making Xbox the platform for gamers. Everywhere you go, Xbox is there. No, we're making Windows. All of a sudden now, Windows is gaming? Excuse me? And what's funny is that her little team is working with the Windows team. And this is something that I wanted. I'm glad you're here because I want to ask this. But first, the heavens have gone crazy. Steven Leone with a 50 bomb in the house of VIPs. Holy shit on me. Xbox Phil. Yo, Steven Leone in the house. We got to hit the VIP song. Thank you so much. And with a $20 due, Steven Leone is cooking. He's getting the VIP membership bomb song. Yo, Steven Leone. All you grinders that got VIPs, thank him and pay it forward, man. Listen to all the awesome music here, the Gaming Grindhouse. This is incredible news. Yo, shout out to Steven Leone. Thank you. Oh, my goodness. I was doing my cooking show, man. I was cooking those Xbox stupid video. Holy shit on me. Thank you so much, Steven Leone. Let me get these super chats before we roast the hell out of this thing, because I got to tell J-Dub, I need J-Dub's opinion on this. It says, Boba Country with the 2. He goes, Jez, Xbox refugee. What do you think of Redhead GameSpot? Man, yeah, I know. I'm an Xbox refugee. Oh, my goodness. But, yeah, GameSpot, they suck again. I'm going to tell you right now. There's GameSpot right now. I would listen. The reviews, everybody's gonna have their thing. I'm waiting for Stevia to kind of say we didn't get a review copy. 4 out of 10. I can't wait for Stevia, who makes the sugar. Can't wait for their review. Easy Tone with the 5. He goes, Call of Duty couldn't save them. Now they think $1,000 handheld would save them. Oh shit, yo. Oh yeah, that's another point. They announced Call of Duty at the show. Anybody? Call of Duty was announced as the one more thing at the end. Anybody with anybody?
Nope. Crickets.
Call of Duty.
Crickets.
You guys spent 3 years wondering what Phil was going to wear to the courtrooms. Courtrooms. Phil's he has a cup of coffee and he's wearing a suit today. Oh, Phil's going to take the stand.
Oh, Phil, he's so handsome.
2 years. Ooh, Phil looks so handsome in a suit. He's gonna be he's on the road today. Oh, stop oh my goodness. The CMA, Bootleg Jez was leaving his country. Yeah. You guys fought in courtrooms. You were watching daytime TV with Judge Judy. You're like, yo, no soap operas. Put on Judge Judy. Phil Spencer's in court. Over 2 years. That's why I put that little Activision symbol in the thumbnail with Aaron Greenberg with the X and Crash Bandicoot. Anybody? Shit. Got quiet. I don't know. They were dancing in the streets for Microsoft to spend $80 billion. Call of Duty was announced. Black Ops 7, you know? You had Black Ops 6, now Black Ops 7. Incredible. What innovation. $80 billion to put a number next to it. Switch 2 is waiting for their version. They're already 5 years into their 10-year deal.
Yep.
Dude went out there walking around with contracts like he was signing leases. He was walking out. I got the contract right in my pocket. They could just sign it right here. Nintendo's already signed in blood. Now I'm waiting for Sony to sign. You retired Jim Gordon Ramsay Ryan. He's eating chocolate pudding and singing karaoke at the old age home right now. You retired him. You guys did it. $80 billion. Jim Ryan said, fuck this. I'm doing karaoke tonight.
Yep.
Lion Jim Ryan. He was crying. They flew his ass all over the place to stop evil Phil Spencer from spending $80. $80 billion.
You know what's crazy? All that shit went down.
It's crazy.
Xbox ended up in the place that it is in.
I know, J-Dub. Oh my God. If I had some more time, man, I would go back and listen to the podcast of all of them when that deal was signed. Dude, the holy shit, they were friggin'. Everybody knows what would they were like in the streets, like ripping off their shirt in the rain, like it's like, we did it, they approved it, and then they were roasting our own FTC. They're like,
Lena Khan,
boo,
go back to your country.
Yo, they got pitchforks out for her, but not for Gears going to PlayStation. Oh shit. They got the pitchforks out for Lena Khan, but not for Gears going to PlayStation. He just said 4 games, but he was sitting on a few. Yeah. But Lena Khan, man, they wanted to roast her ass.
Yeah.
Yo, they Jada, if we go back and listen to those videos, man. Hold the line. Oh shit, man. The line, man.
I've always said this.
Hold my
have an exciting life.
Hold my nuts.
Breakfast to go. You're gonna love my nuts. Watch this. You can do everything.
Hold these nuts. Oh man, that's where you're gonna hold my line. What line? There's no goddamn line. Hey Jada, what are you saying?
I was gonna say their gaming habits change based on whatever Phil or Microsoft says.
Oh yeah. Like, please.
I've always said that, and it's like there's no pushback at all. All the shields, all the journalists and shields. This is the future of gaming, and it's like the future of gaming. No, the future of Xbox.
Exactly,
PC.
The future of Xbox is PC.
You guys over to PC, yeah.
And Jada, let me ask you a question. Right, this is why I wanted to get your opinion on it. The Xbox team is working with the Windows team. What do you think with all these layoffs going to Microsoft? What do you think once that app is updated and ready to go on Windows? What do you think happens to the Xbox team? They're not needed anymore.
Yep.
They are they are working with Windows team. And let me ask you something, man. And I'm going to give this test to everybody. I always give homework here. Oh, the Trucium wants it. Oh yeah, I forgot all about Post-Up's girlfriend. I forgot. Fucking Lulu, man. She took the bag. She's like, I heard Jim Ryan in the bathroom. He said, I want to block the deal. He was taking a piss. Jim Ryan's like in the bathroom. He's like, he goes, I just want to stop the deal. And Lulu heard him in the bathroom. She's like, I heard him. He said he just wants to stop the deal. And everybody's like, Lulu. Oh my God. You can't write this shit up. It fucking happened. It's all real. Dude, they were glazing Lulu. I don't know what fucking Lulu was, but they made her a thing. They had her taking pictures with Sarah Bond going, girl power. She fucking left the next day.
Bro,
yo, remember that? Holy shit.
She got her check. She went and cashed that shit and left the country, bro.
She made sure that check cleared. Yo,
she didn't want it.
She's like,
she didn't want it to be repealed.
Yeah, exactly. She walked right in. She's like, did the check clear? All right, good. Fuck out of here. See ya. Yo, that whole part. Oh my God, dude. When Phil Spencer and Booty Cheeks went to that, oh my God, that the Blizzard headquarters, and they were taking pictures, dude. Oh my God, and he canceled BlizzCon. Yo, that was a glaze fest. Phil showed up like Mickey Mouse, like, oh boy, Blizzard, yahoo! Let's take a picture. Oh boy, here we go, Phil here. It's like, Phil, you bought us. They're all chanting. Sarah Bond taking a picture with Lulu. Girl power. Get the fuck. Yo, there's no games in sight. A bunch of people grab assing in the friggin' in the streets. Oh man. We went, dude. It was crazy. It was crazy. Yo, it was crazy. And they thought, and all that, and then Phil comes out 3 months later, going, just 4 games are gonna go to PlayStation. Just 4. games that I might want to make a sequels to, or games that have they're old games, and just 4 of them, a little sample. And then he went. Then in the summertime, he's like, "Well, you're gonna see more games over there." I said we're gonna learn. I think I said we're gonna learn, and we learned. And then he's like, Jeff Keighley announced Janky Jones coming to PlayStation before we even release it. That'll send the message. And then he's like, and then he's like, you know what? I'll do the exclusive interview with Dusty Bin. Dusty, stop, get out of the kitchen. And then he goes like this. He goes, Dusty.
Bin said,
oh, Dusty's like, I gotta be legit now. I gotta do interviews with Phil Spencer. Oh man, Dusty Bin, I go make that thing, and then Phil did the interview with Dusty Bin. Phil, would you come to my first interview? Okay, Phil, let me ask you about Starfield.
Dusty Bin asked Phil, "Is Starfield exclusive?" Phil says, "No, no, no." I said, "No, red bitch. It's all coming."
Oh man, he told Dusty Bin it's all coming, and that was it. And it's all coming, and then he's like, "Gears, we're bringing it to everywhere." And even what's crazy is that they still, that whole show that they watched, J-Dub, that show, they were announcing multi-platform games with a PlayStation logo on it. And not even their own games.
Yep.
Multi-platform games with the it's like they were marketing PlayStation. It's like, it's not even your game. What does it matter? Why would you even put that on there?
Exactly.
Oh, because it's an Xbox.
Where that box is in.
No, it's called a station, Phil. There's no box in that one. Sorry, Phil.
Like Zoink.
Sorry, Phil. There's no box in that one. That's called a station. Oh, shit, Phil. But one of the things is, like, they're working with the team for the Xbox app. This Xbox app. And Corey loves that. He loves the time to make the cookies with Dusty Bin. So I saw Dusty Bin trying to what was he talking? Oh, man, they're talking about he's fighting Final Fantasy for his life, man, Dusty Bin. He's like, look at the top sales of global Final Fantasy's number 7 or 8. Like, please, dude. You guys, when Square Enix came out and said Final Fantasy wasn't doing well, these guys came in like goddamn Xbox superheroes, going, we would have saved you, Square Enix. We would have saved you if you just put it on Xbox. So then they listened to these stupid ass bootleg Xbox superheroes. And they put it on Xbox, and nobody bought it. Because you skipped Game Pass. But you would have chosen one. You said you were going to fix it. Make Square Enix meet their expectations. That happened.
Yeah,
they all did their shows, their tweets. See, if you would have made a multi-plat, you would have met your expectations. All right, there you go. Well, it's too late now. It's too late now. And then they all come up with excuses. All I saw was excuses. When Final Fantasy, dude, Bootleg Jez was talking about Final Fantasy for 2 friggin' years that it was going to be the one more thing announcement. Wound up to be Call of Duty. Final Fantasy finally gets announced for it, and now they're all like, it's too late now. You ruined a good thing. It's not in Game Pass, and it's not even running well on our system. It looks like shit. It does look like shit, by the way, but it looks like shit. I'm not buying it. Every excuse in the book. But they were gonna save them though, man. But anyway, the Xbox team and this Sarah Bond shit. Listen, this AMD Glaze Fest. Hold on, they are targeting these AMD processors and the future of Xbox. It's Windows. She says it right here. She says, that's why we're working for Windows. That is the first time we've ever heard Xbox say Windows is going to be the best place for gaming. Because if it's Windows, then box is not in the name anymore. Right, Phil?
Yep.
Where that box is in the name of our brand.
Phil, what is going to happen? Windows don't sound like box. Phil, you have an answer?
I don't know.
It must be Dusty Bin. I asked the hard questions. Phil don't have any answers for this. But this whole Xbox thing, like, this is the I wanted to take people on a little ride. I don't know, JW, you want to watch this little journey, because like I thought, why did Microsoft, the Windows company, make Xbox? Why didn't they just do Windows 20 years ago, 25 years ago? What was the purpose of a box? And it's very interesting that I went to the archives and I got a couple of little clips of why Xbox is a thing, because I think it's hilarious now that we watch Xbox transition from the console to be a Windows app. And we've known how this worked. Everybody remember Groove Music? Everybody remember Windows Mixed Reality app? Everybody remember the Cortana app? Cortana was going to tell you where your friends are on the Cortana. Remember Cortana, Groove Music? Remember all those beautiful apps that are still hiding in Windows nowadays? You can do Control-Alt-Delete. Let me tell you something. When they go to the Xbox team, and I alluded to this on my show, Jay, I want to get your impression of this. When they go to Windows, I got one more here. Easy Tone got me on the Call of Duty bandwagon. Yo, Easy Tone, thank you for the super chat. You got me on the whole Call of Duty rant. See, this is what happens when they chat me up there. They know that I'm gonna. Some of the things they say will go get me on the. I'll go on the Grindhouse rant. The game night 1, 2, 3 with the 5. He goes, I feel like Xbox wants to be synonymous with everything but Xbox. Doesn't have a worldwide appeal compared to PlayStation or Nintendo, so it won't work. And that is exactly right, Game Night. That is a fact. Of especially the time now. They have deflated every kind of leverage, the power narrative, the exclusives, Halo, any of that stuff. They have drained it all, and they're at their wits' end right now, where all they can do right now is just say, Windows is it. And you want to know why Windows is it? It's not because they were doing so well and now they just want to expand. You know, like how Sony makes an incredible game in Spider-Man 2 and they go, you know what, let's put it on PC for shits and giggles and make a couple of bucks.
Yep.
Microsoft is doing this because they have failed at every which way. They failed with cloud, which was supposed to be the future of gaming. When we were talking about 4G, people told me 5G was going to save the cloud. Now it's about native gameplay. What happened to all those dudes with their strap-ons on their phones? Dude, they were buying all different size strap-ons. They're like, look at this one. This is a Rikishi controller. This is another slap-on. Look at this one. This is a controller with a flip-up screen that might stick my phone in there. Here's an Xbox controller with a phone strapped onto it. Look at this. The cloud is the future. What happened to all those strap-on dudes? Where are they? Now it's like, no, we got to play natively. I don't want to strap on to my phone. What happened? Phil, what about the strap-ons? What happened to them?
I don't know. Like,
hard questions, Phil. He don't know. He's like, he has to go. Sorry, Phil. Yeah, nobody's over. So no, it's not. Now it's about love handles and 7 inches on a goddamn ROG Ally, which is crazy. Is that the announcement today shows of how lame that announcement really is. So let me jump to the app before we get into the little history of the Xbox thing, because that's going to be good. But the app, right, J-Dub, this app. This Xbox app, because box is in the name.
Yep.
First off, Satya got his grubby hands on it, and he can't wait for Copilot to be rammed up in your face right now. Copilot for gaming beta. Yet another beta. Cloud is still in goddamn beta, but now we got Copilot for gaming in a beta. Shit, everything's a fucking beta over there. The Xbox app is in beta. Cloud gaming. Cloud Copilot is in beta for gaming. The Xbox Cloud is in beta. Gears is in beta. Everything fucking betas.
Yep.
And this is supposed to be, I'm supposed to talk to this app and help me in my game. So we're introducing the ultimate gaming sidekick that helps players get into and sharpen their skills. Available for early preview beta version of the Xbox mobile app. Available on iOS and Android. And coming this holiday to the ROG Ally X. So why is it called the ROG Xbox Ally if this stuff works on the mobile app on iOS and Android. What special capabilities does the ROG Ally X have for this thing? The early version, it says players can ask Copilot about any game, including game they're currently playing, and seek assistance if they need to. Try asking Copilot for tips, guidance, and even a video to help guide you through your next quest. It's in beta. I'm going to ask Copilot, where are the good Xbox games? That's what I'm going to ask Copilot when I get this beta. I want to see what Copilot says.
PlayStation. Over on PlayStation.
Where can I play the Copilot? I got a question. Where can I play the Xbox games the best? They're going to say, go buy a PlayStation 5. Oh, shit. Copilot facts.
Yep.
So now we got the PC gaming updates because PC has box. Oh, no, it doesn't have box in the name. So here you go. The Asus ROG Ally X Xbox, or whatever the hell they're calling it. And that's another funny thing, J-Dub, too, is that they made sure that every friggin' word was in that device, and Xbox was just the only word that was added. Like, they're not like the ROG Xbox. They're like, not even the Ally Xbox. They're like, bitch, it's the ROG Xbox Ally X. Like, we're making sure that ROG is not tarnished because we're the Republic of Gamers. Our Ally brand is not tarnished because that's our handheld name. And X means that this is the better one with the battery because the first one was jank and burnt up SD cards. I had that one. So they made sure they include all their names in it. So you'd think if Lenovo's not going to make the Lenovo Xbox, or just they're going to be the Lenovo Legion Xbox. Like, everybody's going to make sure that they got their names, like the Meta Quest X Xbox edition. Like, so it's going to be so confusing that Xbox is going to be just like,
they're doing that on purpose, though.
An edition.
So
yeah.
So Xbox never dies. So even when the Xbox console dies, everything's an Xbox. So people
and that's
don't have
the plan.
a reason to try to sue or
whatever
by saying, oh, it's. If you can't see the okie doke, right? Like, what kind of person can't see
I
this
know.
play?
Swagbag says it's longer than his Puerto Rican's wife's name. Shit. Seriously. But you're right.
Yeah.
Like, it is a slow pullout. Like, it is definitely like, if we just spam the word Xbox on all this shit, we could easily now go, we're not doing the console Xbox anymore. Like, we're just branding Xbox and working with the OEMs and all that stuff. And man,
are going to say, this is the future of gaming.
This is the future. Like, oh, we don't need a console anymore. Meanwhile, go look at the Switch 2 and go look at the PlayStation sales. And know what? On a side note, I can't wait to see NPDs. I would love to be a fly on the wall to see the Switch sales numbers, Switch 2 sales numbers in June, and the PlayStation numbers with the sale of the PS4, the PS5 Pro, and the $400 edition of the PlayStation with Call of Duty in it. And Xbox sitting there at a glazing $740 freaking stripper glitters Xbox. Like, I would love to see the numbers in June, because I can't imagine they're going to be a distant third. I can't imagine them coming in anything close. Like, it's probably going to be Switch too, and PlayStation, or maybe PlayStation and Switch. Who knows? But Xbox has to be. They were the most expensive. They had no bundles, and that show didn't do anything. They talked about more hardware. Go buy a new Asus ROG Ally. They didn't even tell them to go buy a console. They basically told them that it's done with the console. They said to buy this thing. Look at that trash ass Xbox button. Look at this thing. That the one that's on your controller, man. Dude, that's a tramp stamp. Like, they took away. It doesn't even light up either.
Pretty much. Yep.
Dude, that Xbox has been a circle button back in the day, like since the 360.
Yep.
Now it's on a ROG Ally with an Xbox button. Who doesn't even know? You got to look at it to see it's an Xbox button, because it's not even a circle. It doesn't even light up. Craziness. But like, the whole thing is like, you're right. Like, they're putting this, they're spamming the Xbox name on as many things they can, so they could slowly just say, we're no longer making the series consoles the way you know it. Like, now we will make, and I think they still will make nasty work. Joseph says nasty work. Dude, that is nasty work. Is that
where the box
Is that an Xbox right there? Is that an Xbox? Dude, the way she talked about it, she talked about this button like it was gonna give you a friggin' orgasm. You press it. The Sarah Bond.
Mm-hmm.
Sarah Bond's like, it is the button on the controller is gonna be monumental, and I'm like, Sarah, what are you talking about? Yep. You press this thing, you're friggin' coming all over the place. Oh shit, Phil. Phil speechless.
I don't know. Like,
dude, the way she was talking about that button, it was like, yo, wow. It took 5 people to stare at the thing going, we should put a button on it. Oh, shit. You're promoted. No, they demote people there. Only shitheads get promoted over there. People that fuck up. Those are the only people that get promoted. It's inspiring. It's magical. This button is going to, when you press this button, it's going to take you to another world. What's it gonna emit? Fucking it's gonna emit goddamn weed and shit, like some fumes, like mushrooms or something like that. Like what the fuck? Like what is this button gonna do? She's like talking crazy. It's magical. The magical button. No, sorry, Glinza, it wasn't. No, the button wasn't magical. To have people not play on one device was magical. That's what they said, J-Dub. And that glazed. I don't know if you saw that one with Porter Rock. If you guys went over that one, I think Porter Rock did go over that. Like, the hardware phrenology video where they had all these people just talking about, yes, they did, because he talked about the button on it. Dude, look at the button. Yeah, that's crazy. But you're right, they're putting the Xbox on everywhere so they can slowly pull that out, because I do think that they'll have some sort of reference hardware, like maybe off the like a PC that's using one of these AMD chips, like a Z3 Pro or some shit like that. And it's gonna run Windows. This is the future. The PC gaming updates. Here it is. Another dopey people. Aggregated gaming library. I saw clowns today excited about this stuff. Like the aggregated gaming library. Like it has Xbox, Game Pass, Battle.net, and other leading PC storefronts on the PC app. And it's like, did you read the next sentence? Like right here? Did they read this part right here? And they're so confused. They're like, wait, my Steam library? How is Steam allowing this? I'm going to be able to buy games from the Xbox. Dude, look at the words. Ready? Here it is. I gotta get everybody get the glaze emoji ready. It says right here, with an aggregated library, I'll read it in slow-mo. In an aggregated library, players can conveniently launch games from Xbox, Game Pass, Battle.net, and other leading PC storefronts from a single library. Oh my God, I could buy my whole Steam library is going to be there? This is crazy. This is what I wanted. Here it is. Keep reading. Don't stop there. Whether you're on PC or a handheld device, which I think it's hilarious that they're classifying handheld devices as not PCs. I think that's hilarious. A new market. Dude, it's a PC. Like it's like classifying a Windows PC or a laptop. Do people do that? You could play this on a Windows PC or a laptop. I've never heard anybody classify a laptop as a different segment of devices.
Yeah,
it's a Windows PC in different form factors, whether as a desktop, a laptop, or a handheld device. Like a handheld is a form of a PC. It's a different form factor, but they're classifying it as a handheld device. Oh, interesting. It's a PC. Here it is. Whether you're on PC or on handheld, even though it's all PC, your Xbox library, hundreds of Game Pass titles, and then here's the kicker, grinders. Here it is. Your installed games from leading PC storefronts. Doesn't say your entire library from Steam. It says your installed games. You know what that is? That is Play Night, grinders. You want to know? There it is, Play Night. It's a front end. You know what that does? It launches an executable shortcut. Let me show you how. Here is all my aggregated library. I have Alan Wake. Look, Alan Wake, and look at the installation folder. The Epic Store Games 2 Alan Wake executable. Oh my God. But wait, Capcom is here. That's from my Steam library, Steam common thing. You want to know what I can do? Look what I can do. Look what I could do. Add a game. Look, I could just put the shortcut. Actually, you want to know what? Let me show you magic. Let me show you the evolution of this wonderful Xbox app. I have... Hold on, grinders. This is late breaking news. I have Outlaws, but it's not from Xbox. It is not from Steam. It is from Ubisoft. I don't know if this is going to work. Let me see if Xbox app has something that this don't do. Look, I'm bringing over Outlaws shortcut. Oh, it wants me. Look, I could add a logo. I could add all this beautiful stuff, but let me just hit save for the hell of it. And look, it's right here. Look, Outlaws now is right here, and I could pretty it up. I could add info. I could do all these wonderful things. I could add logos to it. I could have it have the year it's built. I could even go search for the metadata. I could even go into here and I could go edit and I could go download metadata for Outlaws. Get it from IDGB. Oh yeah, here it is. Star Wars Outlaws, please. No, I want to search for Star Wars Outlaws. This is revolutionary, grinders. This is what you're waiting for. This is what you're waiting for right here. Star Wars Outlaws. I don't even see it on this friggin' thing. But hell, let me just do Star Wars. There it is. Star Wars Outlaws. Massive Entertainment. Hit select. Watch this. Downloading media. Go, go, go. Grinders. This is incredible. Select all, please. Thank you very much. Select all and make it happen. Wow. Look at this. Live. I did it live, grinders. I just broke the internet. Look at this. Star Wars Outlaws. I got the release date. I got the age. Let me hit save. Look at this. Oh my God. Look, it's right here, grinders. Look, I just did it live. This is the feature that they are bringing to the Xbox app. This is the shocking news right here. Aggregated library can launch games from Xbox. Like, here it is. I just added Outlaws, a shortcut. Jeez. Look. I added a shortcut and I downloaded from the IMDb, whatever, and it all here, all the information, single player, the description, right here. And if I hit play, it will launch it. This is the flex that people want to say. Like, they're going to load up a God of War on here. So they're going to take a shortcut. Like, I'm going to take the blue right here. I'm going to take the blue. And then I'm going to call it, hold on. Uh-oh, here's the flex. This is what they're going crazy about. This is what they're going crazy about. They're going to take the God of War executable, put it in the Xbox app, and do this. Oh my God. And then they're going to take a little picture and put it on X. Look, I got God of War on my Xbox app. Dude, you're launching a friggin' shortcut. That game is not built. You played Gears of War over the weekend with the rumble and the natively. You're talking about a front end where you could just drag a shortcut from your desktop. I'm going to take Tilt Brush now. Oh my God, I'm just dragging applications to this thing. That's what this is. Your installed games. And actually, Play Night's even better because actually Play Night will merge with your Steam library and you'll see games that you own but have not been installed. And you could do that here and it logs into your Steam account. But the difference is that when I click on Wukong or I click on Alan Wake, the Epic Store, Jada, and we know that the Epic Store boots up in the background and says, oh, we need to verify you own this game. Just like if you clicked on it on your desktop. So this whole Xbox future of this app, it still needs Steam running in the background, still needs Epic Store, Ubisoft, because that's where you bought them from. Ubisoft is not... If you look, Ubisoft made an announcement that you could get Ubisoft games on the Xbox Store, but you buy them, they don't have achievements, and they still need to have Ubisoft Connect installed to verify the DRM so you could play the game. So tell me how Xbox is going to be different. Oh my God. You need full-ass Windows running in the background because Steam is not making What is Steam doing? Steam is going to say, this is a Windows PC, install my executable, bitch.
Yeah.
Is Microsoft going to go in there and say, Steam, no. You got to make it for us. You got to fix it. Microsoft's not having anybody change anything because they don't have any leverage. They're not going to tell. Epic Store has not created a big picture mode and is not controller friendly for all these years. Hell, you can't even play a Bluetooth controller without some sort of bullshit to get controllers to work on Epic Store games. You either have to use you have to use a dongle, or you got to use USB. You cannot play Bluetooth controller games with Epic Store. Doesn't work. Their user interface, their store does not work with controller. Is Microsoft telling Epic, you need to do this now, change it? No, they're going to say, here's the Epic Store, we're done. Here's the link. Unless they're really working with these studios, these publishers, and they have them change shit they haven't done in 15 years. But it sounds like they're just putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah.
They're just taking this Xbox app and turning it more into a launcher than a Game Pass launcher. That's exactly what it is. Because you need this Xbox app in order to, here it is right here. You need this Xbox app. Let me see if it logs in. But you need it in order to verify the DRM of your Microsoft games. Like, here you go. Right now, it has Game Pass. And see, you have my library, and all it's showing is, and there you go, my glorious 37 games. I own 350 on a console. But right now, I got 37 that I have on PC. So tell me how this is an Xbox. Because half those games don't even work on it. But it's going to do now where, and they show you in that app, where now I'm going to be able to drag, Star Wars Outlaws into here. And now if I drag that into here, it will now let me launch Star Wars Outlaws from here. But when I click on it, it's going to just launch the executable from Ubisoft. That this is the revolutionary stuff that they're talking about. And this happens on PC every day. Like this is it. And there's nothing in the ROG. It already exists. Play Night already does this. What they're trying to do is they're trying to get you to buy shit. It's like putting, I'm going to take my Steam library and launch it, installed games from here. And while I'm looking for my Steam library in here, Microsoft is going to feed me the bullshit of deals, Xbox gift cards, Aria, Minecraft, Game Pass deals, save money. Do you see what they're trying to get you to do? They want you to put your shit in their app so that they can market and sell shit to you and collect data. That's what they want to do. See? Get your gaming habits. Know what to advertise for you. Put an ad up front. So now you come here to this launcher, and now your Steam game is in here. For some reason, you don't want to use Steam Big Picture, which I don't know why you wouldn't. Like, you want to come here for this shit. But now they could feed you the bullshit while you launch your Steam games. See, that's the reach around that they're doing. They just want you, they're making it look like, oh, launch it from your aggregated library. It's like, dude, if they're not a Game Pass subscriber, why would anybody even use this friggin' app? Like, why would they even use it? This is a Game Pass app. That's what you created it. It's not a launcher. It's a Game Pass app. It's a cloud gaming app that's still in beta. Who's going to take their Steam library and put it in here when Play Night exists, when GOG exists? They all do this already, and they do it better than Microsoft. And this actually integrates your whole thing. It's there. But they want you, and what they're going to do is the handheld is the scam. They're going to make this app launch in front of anything else because they're Windows. Think about the shit that they've done, the sleazy shit they've done with Internet Explorer. Why they had that whole lawsuit back in the day. Because they were front loading all their shit and blocking the open market that they said they had. That's how they got all that those laws broken against them. Those antitrust and shit like that. They were using their operating system to feed you their shit. And they were calling it an open platform, and it was discouraging developers. Dude, just install Chrome and watch how Microsoft Edge harasses you to say it's the same thing. It uses the same Chromium backend. It's the same thing.
Yep.
It's all a scam. They want this to load up in front to pretend that they're making it easy for you, but what they're doing is covering up all the other options. That's why legally, so they don't get into trouble, they got to make you launch other games from other storefronts because they're going to have this shit boot up front. And they got to make sure that, oh, it doesn't hide Steam away from you or Epic Store. You could bring those to this. They got to do it because they could probably get sued if they just have this thing boot up and go, Xbox is it. This is the only gaming place in town. And you got GOG and everybody else is all like behind it, hidden away in Windows somewhere. And you got Xbox going, this is your games that you know. It's a scam. It's what they're doing. It's such a friggin' scam. Like it's that's what drives me crazy about them. They make it look like that they're giving you all this incredible innovation and all this stuff, and meanwhile, they're doing nothing, dude. It's nothing. Yeah. It's a nothing burger. And what's crazy is that they're making you preview all the features now that's supposedly a part of this Xbox ROG Ally. It's taking all the purpose out of it. Then what is the purpose of that thing if I could do all the stuff right here? What makes it an Xbox? Oh, we had 5 people stick a button on it. And there's the thing. Look at this app, J-Dub. Look at this thing. Does this look like your Xbox console dashboard?
Nope. It looks like a fucking PC to me.
Mm-hmm. This is what it looks like, right? This does not look like an Xbox console dashboard.
It's
just like the Xbox app. Like they're all different games, different capabilities. That's why I said it's going to be trash. And you know what, guys? It is going to be in beta. They're going to have betas. That's why they're testing all this stuff out, because they're basically taking the Xbox, because basically that Xbox app is like Ubisoft Connect. It is just a DRM checker for Game Pass and anything you buy from the Windows Store. That's all it is. That's all it is. And what they're now allowing is that they're going to allow you to launch games from it, basically like your desktop. Yep. But let me ask you this, J-Dub. You're the Xbox team and you're talking about this app, right? And you're walking into Windows and you're like, we're going to shut down processes. We're going to make it faster for gaming and all this other stuff. And the Windows team is sitting there, and what are they going to say? Well, you can't turn off Copilot.
Yep.
We need Copilot. Well, but it'll make our games run faster. Well, no, that's part of Windows. Oh, yep. Okay. Xbox team goes to them and go, we want to shut down. We want to shut down the what is the other thing? Oh, that what is it? The rewind.
Copy protection shit. Rewind feature.
All that shit. All that stuff. We want to do that. The Windows team is going to be like, oh, no, you can't turn that process off. We'll give you the taskbar. You could hide the taskbar not launching. But no, these processes, you're going to have to, those are going to have to run. And it's like, oh, like, you know, I need to run those processes. Yeah, like you're not going away without it. And where is it? I was just looking at it. I had it on my other thing. Where is it? I'll show you. Where is it? They got some crazy shit running in the background on your computer. If you look, Windows Hello security process, Windows security notification. They have this, and they have so many apps now in this new Windows update. They got this. Let me see if they have it. Microsoft 365 Copilot, Microsoft To Do app. They got the Microsoft To Do app, like all these friggin' apps that they have. Publisher, they got Excel, Calendar, the Windows PowerShell, remote desktop connection, OneNote. Oh, we want to turn all those off to make the games run better. Oh, no, you're not. Satya wants them in. Dude, I installed Microsoft Teams. There was another one. There's like Microsoft Family or some shit like that. Dude, there's so much stuff. Yeah. Oh, Rewind. The Rewind one where it takes screenshots of your history. I want, and I can't even uninstall it. You can't even uninstall it. It's crazy. Like you have to go into like the back end shit and try to get it removed. Shit. Sorry. Oh, man. All right. Nah, there's a big spider. I'll try to kill him. He got away. They're not Texas. They got big spiders. So I killed him, though. Anyway, he got away. But anyway, yeah. So Ryan Land 72, he goes, Windows for gaming already exists. This is dumb. Exactly. I feel like the Portal is better on all these handhelds. It connects to the world's most powerful console.
Yep.
Yeah, man. Like, I'm telling you, like, this stuff. Damn you, okay, just nah. Dude, there was a spider that came running out. It was a friggin' big one. And I crushed him.
Oh,
then
shit.
he got away. Now I gotta go search for him in the grindhouse basement. I hate spiders. Damn it. Now I gotta make sure he stays under the couch because I gotta get him. There's gonna be a war going on. Spider-Man. Spiders. Right. Hey, grinders. This is what I do. Make sure you don't crawl on my foot. It'll freak me out. You'll hear me scream like a goddamn Xbox Glaze. He thought they got me. Anyway, but yeah, so like this is the crap that they're trying to do, man. Like it's really it's a lot, and people are just not reading, and people are trying to give them again the benefit of the doubt with this whole thing, trying to make it look like that they are doing something more. Use those grounded skills, dude. I got to turn arachnophobia off on that one. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, the one thing I wanted to show, J-Dub, this is their own video, right? This is their own video about the Valentine's Day Massacre as to why the Xbox exists, right? And I think it's friggin' hilarious of why they got into the hardware thing. And I just wanted to play it because as we're talking about them coming off the hardware, it's so scary of how 25 years later, I don't know how they're going to celebrate 25 years when they basically came full circle. And just a couple of things from this video. The first like 5-6 minutes is crazy of how they started to develop the hardware. It was basically by default. They wanted to get into it, but they didn't know how. And we'll watch some of
The
it.
idea that Microsoft could ever compete with Sony or Nintendo.
Microsoft is going to make a game console.
It was seen as a bit of a joke.
Might as well call it Nerd Box, right?
We needed to prove our credibility. This thing is going to be the most badass thing you can imagine.
Dude, we need a metal X, and it's got to have a green eye, shooting a laser out. I want it to blind people.
The game developers are not going to be tolerant of any level of bull at all.
I opened up the first machine, I'm like, what the? Oh my God, like what happened in there?
Seamus is backstage soldering as the auditorium is filling up.
And then it's in front of the boss. The boss is coming on.
The Microsoft brand is on the line. The Microsoft name's on the line.
Bill's not going to be happy.
And it was terrifying.
He's screaming at us. You guys have lied to me. You guys have played me for a fool.
He says, this is a insult to everything I've accomplished at this company.
It was terrifying. I thought my career was over.
Wow. That's what he called the Xbox, an insult to everything that he has ever done. Listen to this.
Xbox is my new job and is very convincing about it. Having been in hardware all of my career at Microsoft, I need to understand how this is going to be a good business for us.
Do you ever want to make hardware? If you want to be a great software company, you have to be only a software company. You can't dabble in other things.
You heard that, Mr. Gates? You can't dabble in other things. You just got to be a software company. Keep going.
The idea of building a game console from scratch, the risk here was enormous.
We really understand what it is to be gamers, but we're panicking like we have to figure out how to build the hardware.
Okay, we had no idea what we were doing. None. Couldn't have been less qualified to build a console.
Everything about making a console is hard, including taking an upfront loss on the hardware. Sony, Sega, Nintendo, they design their own hardware. They manufacture it themselves, and they sell it at a loss, and make a profit on games. And that's how the business model works. So for Microsoft, that is an insane business to get into.
Our P&L said we were going to lose $2 billion for the privilege of maybe later on, somewhere way down the road, we'll make money. And once you started it, with all the commitments that you make trying to convince the game developers to make Xbox games, you can't really stop it.
What have you done? What madness has claimed you?
We made it the point to C-Bomber to say, if you guys start this thing, don't come back 6 months from now and say it hurts too much.
Any new console hoping to have even a chance of success needed to win over a group of notoriously tough critics, game developers. And getting past those gatekeepers would require Microsoft to make a flawless debut at the world's largest game developer conference.
So there you go. Now they got to go to the game developers conference. They have an idea. Now they have the hardware that they got to make hardware, right? They got to get the developers on board. Listen to what the next few minutes of what they say and tell me how crazy it is in 2025. Grinders, hit that like button, man, because this is golden right here. Listen to what they wanted to do with hardware Xbox.
GDC.
Games sell consoles, and so in order to sell consoles, we had to win the hearts and minds of the developers.
The only place I think we could have ever announced Xbox was GDC.
The next GDC would take place in March of 2000, so the Xbox team had only 11 months to design and deliver a functioning prototype.
Time is running out for Microsoft to get on the board. If they didn't announce by GDC 2000, they were going to be ceding too much of the playing field to Sony. They had to do it.
And there was still one massive problem to solve. Who was going to build the console hardware? The plan had never been for Microsoft to do it alone.
Who was going to build the hardware? Their plan was never for them to build it. It continues. Get ready.
The only way that we could actually get Xbox made properly was to go to the people that were really good at building hardware.
Rick was trying like hell to find somebody to partner with us. People had expertise that he knew we didn't have.
Companies like Dell and Compaq and NEC and Toshiba. We start these meetings and most of the guys would look at me and go, who are you? And should I believe you or not? And I'm like, no, really, we're gonna do this.
And the OEMs all, laughed in his face. Like, we understand enough about the console business to know that all the money is made on the software. And you're coming to us and asking us just to make the hardware while you make the software. We're not that dumb.
Rick's point of view was, we have no chance of doing this ourselves. And so then the question became, how do we partner with Nintendo? Or maybe we should partner with Sega.
Dude, are you kidding me?
Like zoinks.
Indy's the best.
Shaggy, get in here.
Years, and specifically in 3 years.
Hey, Shaggy, grab a bucket and some Lysol. Scrub off my tires. There's fucking dog shit all over by the engine.
Yo.
I'm supposed to be picking up scrap.
You'll be picking up your teeth in another second.
Yo. Excuse me? J-Dub, they wanted the OEMs to build the hardware for them. And the OEM said, no, we're not going to take a loss on the hardware while you make it up on the software. Yo, craziness. Partnering, because they knew the loss. They didn't. This is how they brought gaming to you, Grinders. This is what I mean. They wanted to beat Sony. What about Sony? And they were scrambling so desperately that they didn't even have a plan. They didn't even have a concept. They needed some. They're like, we want to do it. Okay, find somebody. Find a partner. OEMs, build us a hardware. And they're like, we're not building you shit. Do it yourself. They went to HP, Compaq, Dell, all the ones from back in the day. They're doing it again. We'll just work on the app. You go make the Asus ROG. You go do it. That's why it's a PC. Because Xbox would have no way of getting people to build the console that you have under your TV right now. because they're not going to do this. They're not going to lose and build hardware for some dying software that's not getting games. That console's dead. It has to be a PC. It can't be custom. It has to be a PC because these OEMs would not take the risk if it was anything but a PC. And that's why that ROG Ally is a PC. Their devices that Sarah Bond said, it's a PC. It is not a custom Xbox that's going to require an install base and developer. No, it may be a piece of hardware that like of a set processor where they could say certified, but it is not going to be the console that you have now. So what happens to those games? That's the problem. But you see it right there. J-Dub, do you believe that shit? It's exactly what they're doing now. The OEMs laughed in their face. The OEMs. Oh, J-Dub left. The OEMs. Thank you, J-Dub, for coming on the show. But the OEMs left. The OEMs. They laughed in their face.
No, really, we're going to do this.
And the OEMs all, laughed in his face. Like, we understand enough about the console business to know that all the money is made on the software. And you're coming to us and asking us just to make the hardware while you make the software. We're not that dumb.
Rick's point of view was, we have no chance of doing this ourselves. And so then the question became, how do we partner with Nintendo? Or maybe we should partner with Sega.
Sega seemed like a natural choice because of Microsoft's previous collaboration on the Dreamcast. But there was pushback against the partnership. Dreamcast had never been competitive with Sony, and Xbox needed to be unlike anything Microsoft had tried before. That left one last great hope.
Uh-oh.
With Nintendo's 64-bit technology, now Mario lives in a 3D world, and you can make him go wherever you want.
As we began to understand the business model, we really appreciated Nintendo. People don't buy consoles, they buy games.
Excuse me?
Like zoinks.
Exactly. That's why none of this where you could play your games has amounted to shit. Where to play the game? How am I going to play it? What are you going to use an Xbox controller? You're going to use a strap-on? You're going to use the cloud? How? Where? Who am I going to play with? None of it matters. It's always the what. That's the answer. People don't buy consoles. They buy games. Right from the horse's mouth, from their own video. They put this out to celebrate their 15 year. This is their video. They don't buy consoles. They buy games. That's Stranding, bitch. 12 o'clock. They buy games. That's why all this hardware glaze, all this bullshit, all this stuff going on. Oh, the hardware, this is going to save them. Nothing's going to save them except the games. And I love how he's like, we appreciate Nintendo. You know how much they appreciate him?
They want to play Mario, they want to play Pokemon, they want to play Zelda.
Accepting the award for Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time will be Shigeru Miyamoto.
And you look at Nintendo and you find the Spielberg of the video game industry and Miyamoto and you go, wow, this guy's unbelievable.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I knew I could convince Microsoft to outright buy Nintendo. I mean,
award for Legend
excuse me, what? You're celebrating Nintendo and the quality and Miyamoto. You did what?
Ocarina of Time will be Shigeru Miyamoto.
And you look at Nintendo and you find the Spielberg of the video game industry and Miyamoto and you go, wow, this guy's unbelievable.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
I knew I could convince Microsoft to outright buy Nintendo. I mean,
did you see what they did? Grinders, they changed it. Did you see it? Outright buy Nintendo. He said they made it sound like powered by Nintendo. Joe, they changed the video. Do you see they changed it? Holy shit, they changed it, Grinders. Do you see they changed it? They fucking finessed it, dude. Phil, why did you change it? Why does it sound like... why did you edit it, Phil?
No, like I'd have to go back and look at...
Outright buy Nintendo. Why did you change it? Let's see it again. Look what this grind is. Hit that like button. They fucking changed it.
Miyamoto, and you go, wow, this guy's unbelievable.
They edited it out.
Thank you very much.
I knew I could convince Microsoft to outright buy Nintendo.
Powered by Nintendo, dude. They changed it. They changed it. They edited it, dude. They edited it out. Oh man, they took it out. They say powered by Nintendo, but he said outright by Nintendo.
A way to make that happen.
Dude, that is so funny.
Accomplishment, buy Nintendo. Buy Nintendo. I knew I could convince Microsoft to outright buy Nintendo.
Chinese market.
No, not powered by.
Buy Nintendo. Buy Nintendo. Miyamoto, and you go, wow.
I got you.
Easing buy Nintendo. Easing accomplishment. Knew I could convince Microsoft to outright buy Nintendo. Easing accomplishment because it's the national treasure of Japan.
Let's see if they edit out the rest of
If you
it.
buy Nintendo, you get credibility in the Japanese market. You maybe even
They didn't edit that lady.
Was there a way to make that happen? Because that would give us instant credibility.
If Microsoft were to acquire Nintendo, they would have gotten two things. One was the hardware, and second is a massive games portfolio.
From Rick's point of view,
No,
if you could acquire Nintendo, you would immediately have access to the best game library in the world, full stop. So I made an introduction to the people that ran Nintendo of America, told them what we were interested in, and then we made a trip to Kyoto.
And who do you think you are barging into my office?
But I could tell from the first meeting that there wasn't a chance this was going to happen. They were highly skeptical.
Guards!
They were like not even remotely interested in selling the business. I never got past square one on trying to acquire them.
That to me is the pivotal point.
I don't know why they edited it out.
Oh my gosh, we're actually going to do this ourselves.
There you go. So everybody laughed in their face. The OEMs for the hardware, Nintendo for the software, and now they put them in a back corner that he said, oh shit, we got to do this ourselves. And now they scramble, they try to get.
He was seen as a.
They get more people. They realize that they tried to partner, and then basically they lost.
Actually, Windows itself.
And they had to do it themselves. And now they got to propose it to good old Bill Gates. And listen to what Bill Gates wanted.
Highest stakes meetings I was at my whole time at Microsoft.
Which is the Valentine's Day Massacre.
Does that sound like a gaming? Like, does that sound fun? The origin of the Xbox console was called the Valentine's Day Massacre. Does that sound like they wanted to tell stories and bring great games to people and experiences to you and to me? Hit that like button, grinders. No. The origins of the Xbox was called the Valentine's Day Massacre meeting.
You're my #1 customer.
Does that sound like they wanted to use the art form that Kojima just put out that we're going to be playing in another hour and a half? Does that sound like they want to tell stories? I know it's a business, but the fact that the creation of the Xbox console is the Valentine's Day Massacre. Put that, think about that for a minute. Does that sound joyous? And it happens to be the Valentine's Day Massacre after they were laughed at because Dell and stuff didn't want to make hardware for them, and Nintendo laughed them out of the room saying, well, you're not buying us. So the Valentine's Day Massacre, the creation of Xbox, the console, a company that was making PC games, making controllers, making mice, they said, nope, we want to make hardware, but we don't want to do it. Easy Tone with the 10. He goes, you can see the value of custom hardware with the PS5. People have shared the DS2 has 0 load times. I tagged you in that video. PS5 runs games consistently that stutter on a 2K PC. That's quality. And that's what it is. The uniqueness of a hardware and software coming together. That's what it is. But let's hear about the creation of Xbox being the Valentine's Day Massacre.
It's like a 4:30 meeting. Rick, Thompson, myself, Ed Freeze, Jay Allard are the 4 Xbox folks there. Steve's there.
There was a whole outer group of people, too. So this room was packed.
Well, about 15 minutes late, Bill walks in.
He's holding the PowerPoint presentation, and he walks up to the table, and he throws it down on the table, and he says, "This is a insult to everything I've accomplished at this company."
Let's look at the PowerPoint slides that they have here that describe the Xbox. I want to see it.
And all alpha males, alphas, and
Fool.
I start to try
To me, you guys have like played me for a fool.
to the table, and he throws it down on the table.
Let's see. Building the Windows Entertainment Platform. Windows platform advantages. Windows enables more rapid technological development for much of the PlayStation 2 from Windows Innovation. Windows provides a hardware platform, more system and video, persistent storage, standard bus, future allocation of spending. I'm just looking at the slides that he threw on the table about the business proposal of the Xbox.
He says, "This is a insult to everything I've accomplished at this company."
leans across at me and says, "Why are you trying to kill Windows?"
You guys have lied to me. You guys have like played me for a fool.
I start to try to argue for this, why we can't have the normal version of Windows. Bill doesn't want any of it. He doesn't want to hear it. He yells at me, shuts me down.
You got a lot of alphas in the room and all alpha males, and so there's a lot of pounding the table, and you're wrong, I'm right.
By then, Jay is up. He's ready to fight, and so then Jay goes in. Then Robbie tries to talk to Bill, and Bill yells at Robbie.
If I'd had glasses on, I would have needed windshield wipers on him because he was spitting at us so hard and so fast.
Bill would yell at us for a while about these different things, and then Ballmer would take over on the business case, and the business case looked terrible.
By now, and the reason it's called the Valentine's Day Massacre is because all Valentine's Day activities are now off.
So he had to explain why can't Windows be on there, because that's the part I want you to pay attention to, because that's what they're doing now.
Would take over on the business case, and the business
15 minutes late.
To me, you guys have like played me for a fool.
He wanted raw-ass Windows on this thing, and they said no.
Start to try to argue for this, why we can't have the normal version of Windows. Bill doesn't want it.
Why can't they have the normal version of Windows? Dude. What are they doing? The normal version of Windows with an Xbox app that boots up front.
He doesn't want to hear it. He yells at me about these different things, and then Ballmer would take over on the business case, and the business case looked terrible.
By now,
and then
I said, okay, well then let's not do it. It's called
there
the
you
Valentine's
go.
Day Massacres because all Valentine's Day activities are now
And
off.
then the creation of Xbox right here, Grinders.
You know, we're all missing dinner.
And the meeting gets to this sort of crescendo. And I said, okay, well, then let's not do it.
That's it. We're done. Not doing it. But then
We haven't announced anything. So that led to another hour.
And then somebody says, what about Sony?
Microsoft had owned the den and the office.
How cool!
And the thought of Sony owning the rest of the home is offensive to Bill. But the Xbox, it's the antithesis of everything that Microsoft is. It takes all of the hardware burden onto us, so it's really hard to make business sense of it. That's equally offensive. And what's going on with Bill and Steve was figuring out which of those was least offensive to them.
Bill kind of pauses and he thinks and he says, I think we should do this. And Ballmer's like, yeah, we should do this. And then they start getting excited and it starts going back and forth. We should do this. We should let these guys do this. Bill's like, okay, we're gonna give you guys everything you asked for. Really want you to be successful in this project. You have all my support. And that part of the meeting took 5 minutes.
what about Sony?
So that led to another hour.
And then somebody says, what about Sony?
And that's where they said, let's do it. And you just played Gears of War on PlayStation over the weekend. Sony. What about Sony? And then it continued. It went from here to the 360 to some dudes do rubber ducks. Other dudes do tattoos. The Xbox was created to destroy the PlayStation. That was its purpose. To take over the rest of the house and put PlayStation in the dirt. Just like Booty said, to outspend Sony. They wanted to put them in the dirt. That was the creation and reasoning behind this device. And Bill Gates wanted raw-ass Windows on it. And they said, no, we got to do our own thing. We can't put Windows on this thing. And now look where you are now. Look at the future of Xbox. It's not even an OS. It's not even a drive segment, a partition. It is an overlay. It is an app running in Windows. That's what it is. And this app will evolve to turn down certain processes to do certain things. And that's what it's going to do. But the OEMs are not going to create custom Xboxes. They're not going to. Know what I think is hilarious is grinders. Just go on your computer right now. But we're going to have processes shut down to make gaming better. You want to know what? Ever since Windows 10, it's right here. It's in all your settings under gaming. It's called game mode. Game mode optimizes your PC by turning off things. On and off. And it's on by default. Look. Incredible. Let's hear more about game mode. What is game mode? When you use game mode, this is all on your computers right now. When you use game mode, Windows prioritizes your gaming experience by turning things off in the background. When you're running a game, game mode prevents Windows Update from performing driver installations and sending restart notifications. It helps achieve a more stable frame rate depending on the specific game and system. By golly!
Like zoinks.
So what is the Sarah Bond talking about? Like this Xbox app is going to make your game... It's right here, game mode. Game mode, and look at this. It's turned on by default. There you go. Like Ryan said, all this shit is here already. It's all here. The power is in the software. And that's what they're not talking about. That's what they're not showing. That's what they don't want. Look at this magic thing. Xbox and Windows 10. Look. They've been adding more devices. Phil Spencer unveils new experiences for Xbox One and Windows 10. Can you guess this? Yeah. Published 10 years ago. Millions of people use Windows every day. They spend countless hours playing World of Warcraft, League of Legends, Minecraft. Whether you're on PC, laptops, tablets, or phones. Gaming with Xbox has been inherently personal and social. Your games, your friends, your triumphs, your stories. But moving from your console to PC or phone is a challenge. We saw an opportunity to bring your gaming networks on the console and PC together. Most commonly, the game you play on Xbox doesn't allow for multiplayer play with someone on PC, and your game legacy only lives on one device. This morning, Windows 10 said Phil Spencer said he shared the vision of Windows 10 and Xbox One, bringing some of the most exciting features from live to experiences on Windows. The built-in Xbox app is the place where your world comes together. 10 years ago! And they're fixing it now! 10 years ago! But wait, over the last 13 years, Xbox has been focused on creating and expanding great gaming entertainment experiences. We're incredibly proud of the Xbox One fully commitment. It's the best place to play console games in 2015 and beyond. Now we're ready to bring that same focused passion to Windows 10, enhancing PC games and gaming devices you already love, including the Xbox One. We've listened and learned from our past efforts in PC gaming. You know, games for Windows Live, which was ass. And I'm excited about what the future holds. Dude, when was this? 10 friggin' years ago.
Like zoinks.
They're like mushrooms. Feed them shit and keep them in the dark.
Sarah, you're barking up the wrong tree, lady. Just end it.
Sarah at Xbox, what's the plan now? No console meeting, tell us how. Hardware sales drop, what's the new game? Who thought of this? Who's to blame? Oh Sarah, innovate, don't stop. Oh Sarah, beyond hardware shops. Streams in the cloud, no wires to tie. Games on the go, reach the sky. Old ways are fading, tech keeps changing. No more waiting, future rearranging. Digital landscapes, no more tapes. Oh Sarah, shaping new shapes.
Told you. 10 years ago. Easy Tone, you're damn right, mic drop. I just read you. They've been talking that stuff for 10 years. Now they just got a new face, and Sarah Bond saying the same thing. People don't buy the consoles, they buy the games. And what have I been saying? It's about what they play. The games you want. I started this whole podcast with the games you want. The games we want. Well, the games we want is in another hour. The games we want was the beginning of June with the Nintendo Switch. Where are the games we want from you? Because then I care about where I can play them. But right now, you're not making those games. Anybody talking about Outer Worlds 2? It was a feature. I can't wait. I got to play it on all my devices. No. And this is just another delay stall tactic and another just scam, dude. Like it's just a waste of time. And what's crazy is that they're trying to put lipstick on a pig. They're trying to show you something that's there already. It's been there. They're creating solutions to problems that they created or have already addressed and it didn't work. And where are we with that? So what is the future of Xbox? It's that app. It's all the software. It's all the stuff. Victor Lucas, go back. Tell them why they create an Xbox.
Content, episodic games, and cars. Remember that. More entertainment becoming to be associated with Xbox. I think people
when to build Xbox was to make the machine that, from a developer's point of view, it has very standard parts. It has an Intel processor that they're very familiar with. It runs the DirectX API, which is the most universal game programming API that people know. It has a hard disk for the first time ever in a console. And what that lets you do is lets you have much more memory than the actual amount of memory that you have. So even though we have the most...
Look at those specs. But they built a closed box to utilize, and now everything is an Xbox. The Xbox was created as an offshoot of Windows to make games, to build games. And now it's just a tramp stamp. It's a sticker. No consistency, nothing. And there you go, grinders. We got more to talk about, but I got to go fight some spiders. But you will not go empty-handed. Thou shalt not go past empty-handed. With the incredible Stephen Leone and all the wonderful super chats, you're getting a remix to a banger. And it's only fitting that'll be the remix to this song. So grinders, hit that like button. Thank you again. There will be another live show sometime this week. I'll try to get one in there. And I'll be on Grindscation next week. So no show next week. So we're going to try to get as much live stuff in this week. So keep the subscribe button hit. Hit that like button, grinders. And let's do the song that you earned, grinders. Thank you again. And here we go. Get ready. Death Stranding, baby. 1 hour. Death Stranding remix version of Just Buy a PS5. Thank you again, grinders. I'll give you one more, grinders. Here you go.
We're in the game, but we can't find the cheat code. Our leadership's a mess, it's like they hit explode. The console's lagging, the graphics pixelated. We're losing every match, our teammates frustrated.
We talked about tramp stamps today. Here's your tramp stamp song. Enjoy.
Xbox, we suck again, we just can't seem to win. Our leadership is trash, it's time for us to spin. Our console's seen better days, the cloud's filled with doubt, but Phil Spencer keeps pivoting, going round and round. And say sorry, friend. We'll ship us the games and prove why we suck again. Stuttering Satya, oh, we're at it again. Booty and Phil Spencer, oh, we just can't win. Incompetent and making great games, it's true, but we'll sign you back with Xbox tramp stamps just for you. We'll take you out to a rooftop party, oh, keep on signing, having a riot, it'll be a blast. Sure, we stumble, but we like to pretend. With Xbox tramp stamps, you baby, it's a thing. Stumble and fall, but we'll make you sing. Oh, Xbox tramp stamps, Xbox Xbox tramp stamps, they're here to stay. Join the party, come on, it's Matt Boutte.